Yeah.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Table Story Zero.Blue.Orion. Hello.
But not herbal teas. That's different.
Welcome to Zero.
No, you
Orion.
don't put milk in herbal tea usually.
No, you don't do
just
that.
let it be its own thing. Sorry.
You do
drink
pronounce the
Earl
H though. That's the very important bit.
Yeah, because there's a fucking H in it.
I'll go now. Sorry.
Why is Fist Brad? That's a...
Hello, everyone. My name is Brad Loto. I would like to interrupt everyone to let you know that I have a G Fuel code that you can use right now. If you ever wanted G Fuel Keurig pods, it tastes like hot detergent.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Table Story.
Hello.
Hi, everyone.
Table Story Zero.Blue.Orion with T, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what's happening.
No donuts.
There's no Brad today, but the overlay doesn't know that.
This is his first one that he's missed, right?
Right.
This is the first one that he's missed.
Yeah.
Brad is much better looking today. Yes, Brad has leveled up.
Why,
He
thank
has-
you.
That's a bit. I don't know how to
Really?
feel about
Do I feel bad at all? I mean,
it is Brad.
He
I
also
I
agrees.
think I'm
He would
okay.
agree.
I'm all right. Brad can take one on the chin today. He's all right.
I don't have a cigarette, but I do have this kazoo.
There you go.
Oh my god, I also have a kazoo. Are we gonna play kazoos right now?
Why
No,
not?
We're
I've got
really,
nothing.
I'll get
really
the
not
ukulele
gonna play
out.
kazoos today. No. I'm gonna frantically try to set up the overlay that I screwed up.
I love that you just have the Mandy.
What is that battle music?
Oh, you gotta play it. Will you play it, Whack?
Why do you have kazoos like at hand?
Well, why not?
Both of you, like, here it is. Just a handy kazoo. Just
I don't
want
want to encourage this any
Zero-Blue
further.
kazoo.
I can't do anything to assist you in this horrific fucking diatribe that's happening right now.
Zero
I really
kazoo
can't.
Orion.
Huh?
Zero kazoo Orion.
Why does Orion have an H in front of it?
Orion.
Oh, Ryan.
Orion?
Oh, Ryan.
You said Orion.
Oh, well, I don't know who Rowan is. Oh, man. I'm doing so well with words today.
Wow, everybody's doing well with words today. I can't. Well, listen.
I still have no idea how
It's
to make
fine.
tea.
I don't have any
Put it in
music.
the
I'm
Why
sad.
don't?
Yeah,
Why
we've
don't?
gone into detail.
Do you do 30 seconds in the
you know?
microwave, or do you press the T button on the microwave?
You
Wow,
don't use the
neither.
microphone. Sorry, I'm very
Neither.
passionate
Dangerous
about
And in
ground.
fact, if you want to get serious, depending on the tea type, you change the temperature of the water.
this. Definitely.
Green
There's a
tea,
power
don't,
setting on the microwave.
don't let it boil.
No, don't.
Get it just before it's boiling, and
Especially
then that's
coffee.
Stick with my Keurig.
Wow.
You
What
are
is
allowed to
wrong with
microwave
you
for
guys?
reheating, though. I will always allow a microwave
know.
for a reheat.
Just don't boil them.
One reheat.
I will reheat. Yes, I will
Yeah.
reheat.
One
Mostly because
microwave
I
reheat.
will.
If there's more than that, get a kettle. Is there a rule for that, or is?
I mean, I have gone as far as it's like our mechs, right? It's like heat. Each time you overcharge, you get more heat.
Yeah.
And it gets more dangerous the more times
Yeah.
you keep reheating the tea,
And
and
it-
eventually
it
it's just
tastes
going to go rubbish.
disgusting. Yeah, yeah.
I get it. Thank
Yeah.
you.
But if you're like me and you pour the tea and it's too hot to drink and then you forget about it and then you're like, fuck. And by the time you remember it's too cold, you can just pop it in the microwave for like a
Yeah.
minute.
All right.
You have to roll a d6 each time and put it in for however many minutes you roll.
I'm going to do that from now on.
All right.
That's
Yeah, you
how
have to
it's
make a
gonna
heat
go.
roll. You have to
And
make
like
a
our
heat
mechs,
roll.
it takes 30
Yeah.
minutes between sips.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my God. What?
You started this.
Oh.
You
We're in a
started
Funny
this.
mood today. I'm sorry.
I got a nap.
This is what happens when PB plays The Sims before we
it's
get
true.
started. She's-
Okay, we got talking about tiny homes, which I'm really excited about right now. And then someone in the chat was like, "Well, you can just build this tiny home full floor plan that you have up on the stream right now. You can just build that in The Sims." And then that was it. I was like, "You're right.
And then you
I
did.
can."
Did Fist roll a die in his tea?
I don't know.
I think I'm the only one who caught that. I think he went Oop, not one.
Gotta pour it down my
It
trousers.
is possible. It is possible.
Chris,
Fist.
did you roll the die in your mug?
Wait, is that apple cider behind you?
Apple cider. What?
Yeah, in the jug.
Oh no, that's just water.
Oh, okay.
I was meaning
Ah.
apple cider though.
I love this like station that
Wrong
you have
place, I
behind you.
think.
This like bar station, the coffee maker, and okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Feed bar. For, streaming.
Ugh.
Yeah, I've got a new webcam. I'm still getting used to the settings, chat. So I'll figure it out after the show. It's trying to balance out the green screen and the lighting and whatnot. It's all different now. I have to like probably change my lighting and everything. There was a Windows update that basically like screwed everything up. Basically just stopped making my webcam work.
Yeah.
Thanks, Windows.
Yeah, so I had to switch the webcams out, and yeah, my face is gonna look a little weird. Maybe I'll just get rid of the background for today. I don't know. We'll see. Get rid of that.
Yeah.
Let's do that. Okay.
As you're not in space.
I'm not in space. Oh no, I'm not in space. Welcome to the show, everybody. If you haven't seen the show before, believe it or not, it's not about tea. It's not. It's actually about
Giant robots.
It's about
it's,
me.
It's about
Oh, wait, no,
giant
I mean-
robots and mechs.
Giant robots.
It's about a lot of this. That's what it's about. That's what the show's about. We do.
Hijacking mechs.
Yes. There's a lot of cool stuff that happens here on this show. There's a lot of cool stuff that happens. Eventually, when we stop, when we calm down, and when I turn the lights on and off a few times, and we eventually get there. Why did the overlay not change? God damn it! God damn it! Nothing's working right today.
True story. That used to work on me all the time.
The lights on and off.
Yeah, the lights. I'd be like, oh.
Yeah. It's true. When the lights on and off.
I could
Yeah.
always do the
There
clamping
we go.
method where it was,
There we go. Now the
and then you
overlay's
respond
working.
back with. And that's how everybody got their attention.
Yeah.
True.
teacher.
So, welcome to the show, everybody. Brad's not with us today, but we have a Jay Britton. Hello, Jay.
Hello, I'm Brad. No, wait, still not here. I'm Jay. Hi. That's it. Am I supposed to be doing a full intro
No,
or
no.
just being rude about Brad?
No. Oh, what we could do though to start the show off, since he's not here, and in the spirit of Brad, just so that we can actually act like Brad's here. Let's go around the room and introduce your characters.
What are we going to do?
And say one rude thing about
What are you
Brad.
gonna
No. He's gonna watch this and that'll actually.
No, he's not. He's not gonna
I'm
watch
totally up
this. What is wrong with you, PB?
I think
I'm
he
up
is
for
gonna
that.
watch it.
About Brad.
Great idea.
One rude thing about Brad. Fist,
Jeez.
you're at the top of the order today, and you
I
were
am
Brad on
Brad.
the overlay for a while. So
Yes, I am. I'm actually Fist of the Woto, and I have nothing rude to say about him because he is amazing and the only human being on this podcast who has any sense. I can't say anything mean about him.
that's you failed me miserably for the last
Oh.
time. Cool.
I just want to say, chat. Gork in chat is saying that I only get one rude thing, which is going to be hard. It's going to be hard to narrow it down.
Wow, nice. There you go.
Hi, I'm Kyla. I play Elisa, and maybe things and stuff are going to happen today that things. Brad is very rude on so many levels. I don't even know where to start. The main bone to pick that I have with him is that every time I'm going to his chat, he roasts me for like a good 20 minutes. He puts voices on, he makes music, he does an impression of me, he talks about how apparently I live in a castle, and like I don't even know. He's just consistently coming up with more and more rude things to say about me, and I just never know how to react. So now I stop going in his chat, and if I do, I just go and look, and then occasionally I'll say hello, and then he'll say like 2 sentences, and I'll be like, "This is rude. See you later. Bye." So he's very rude. That's it. That's all I got to say.
Thank you
Gotta
very
say
much,
something
Colo, for
donuts.
listening and actually participating in the rules. Much appreciated.
Don't make this about rules, Whack. I see what you're trying to do.
Jay.
Hi, I'm not Brad Woto. I'm Jay Britton, apparently, and I play Heath Marker Brown in this wonderful, crazy, ridiculous show. I would never say anything about Brad because I'm a very kind, generous person. Heath, however, would say he pilots like a prick. So that's fine. I'll let Heath do it for me. Hello, everybody. Bye.
Thank you, Jay.
Pleasure to be here.
Thank you. Myth.
Hi there. My name is Wotomatic. I am playing Luca Ludimir, and I'm gonna.
You're not the real Brad until you interrupt someone while they're
I'm gonna
talking.
go ahead and eat this donut so I don't actually keep interrupting everyone else.
That is the weirdest looking party ring I've ever seen.
Hang on, please. Could you stop talking?
You keep on going. Go on. Someone else, hurry.
Brad interrupting Brad is the new meta.
Quiet, Brad.
How do you guys have like we have kazoos?
I don't know.
and you have donuts.
Hurry, I'm almost done here.
You're so prepared. I don't understand.
I've waited so long for this.
Hurry, I better go because I only have a little while before Brad's done with the fucking donut. Okay, one bite. Hi, I'm Pumpkin Wodo, and I can't think of anything mean to say about Brad, but I know what he'll hate, and that is a true compliment. I hate it more than anything in the world. So, Brad, if you are watching this, I believed in you. I knew you would watch this. There we go. We're good. He's gonna watch it. Nobody in chat believes he's gonna watch it. I'm telling you right now, he's gonna come back in chat and be like, I did fucking watch this. All right.
No, it's not going to happen. Thank you, PB. I'm Wax Steven, and I will be your GM of Doom. I will be dragging the players kicking and screaming through the adventure today. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. As I mentioned before, we have no Brad today, so I encourage everyone to channel their inner Brad Wodo during the session today. I'll leave that up to interpretation, however you like.
God damn it.
Yeah, this is a show about a group of people that are basically lab experiments that have been given special gifts to be able to make them Lancer pilots. They're able to pilot large mecha around, and they have sort of picked up the ability to do so in a very quick fashion. I think it's a good time for us to play the anime intro. So let's do that. Let's get everybody in the right headspace, and let's get into the session. Here we go.
The year is 5016U. After many failures, humanity has reached new heights. Union is responsible for all of it. It is the tyrant, the watcher, and the guiding hand. The third committee watches over humanity, but is stretched thin. Threats loom from the Aun ascendancy, overreaching corporal states, remnants of the second committee, and other unknown dangers. Union scrambles to cope with the vast size of the hegemony and these threats by relying on unorthodox means.
Yeah. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. On the last episode of Zero.Blue.Orion, the group was in the simulator trying to take on the members of the Seraph Lancer team. The Seraph being the Union ship belonging to Wyatt's brother Tivius. And Tivius had basically had enough of Wyatt's shit and had decided to drag him and the rest of the group into the simulator to well, show them how to pilot a Lancer. However, the group had managed to put up a pretty damn good fight and had taken out several of the mechs belonging to the Seraph crew. While that was going on, Heath was kind of dragged out on his ear out of the simulator because well, he had just recently woken up from a coma, and well, that's not a good time to hop into a simulation and you know, fly around in a mech. So we ended the last session with the group taking out I think one of the Seraph mechs, and there was a notification that came across on the ship announcements in regards to the blink gate being in close proximity. The group had been on their way back, well, I guess on their way to Mars in the Sol system, the system that we're in, which in this universe is Cradle is kind of like the Sol system, and Earth specifically is Cradle. And they were on their way back. It's kind of a big deal. The Sol system in general is it's not really off limits, but it's a highly guarded area of space, and it's a very major point of interest for Union in general. And we're going to start today's session with Heath and Polly. Polly had sort of dragged you back to the med lab, to the sick bay rather, and she's kind of giving you like a stern talking to about going off and hopping into a simulator and whatnot. And you barely had your groin tube disconnected before you had hopped into the simulator. So I think you're sitting on probably on one of those like high tech sort of sick bay stations, right?
Yeah.
And Polly's giving you like another examination, sort of going through and hitting all the buttons on the station, and there's all these like little bits that come out and sort of like scan you and give you like the whole once over. She says, "Well, it looks like your vitals are elevated."
Well, that's generally what happens when you wake up and then go and have fun in a mech.
You mean when you wake up and you disobey orders and you go into a simulator?
Well, yes, that's another way of putting it. I'd like to think I was actually working as a team, which apparently is really fucking important around here.
Were you? Were you really?
I was kind of engaged in a combat type activity. Look what you want from me, Polly, all right? You put me in a mech, I punch things. That's what I do. That's what I'm here for, isn't it, apparently? Or should I just lie down and have a nice cup of coffee? Which I still never got, by the way.
Oh no, the coffee's right over there. It was brought in when you had already left.
Or can we not get it in a cup? Look, I'm not going to die, am I, Polly? I'm all right.
I'm not sure yet. Frankly, that's why we're trying to do these scans, Heath.
Well, if I didn't die floating in space, all looks all right, doesn't it? I've woken up twice. It doesn't look like you can kill me.
All right, well, what about this team then? What do you think of them?
Well, I think there's only one amongst them I trust at the moment.
Who would that
Anyone
be?
who seems to have an idea of what it means to be a unit. And that's probably because he is a big unit. You know, big old Luca, my dance partner. He's the only one I'd trust to have my back. Certainly not that prick Wyatt. Left me floating out in space, turning into an ice cube. You got that new one, apparently. I met briefly last time. Doesn't look big enough to bother me, to be quite frank.
You mean
As
Elisa?
for, I think so. I don't even remember hearing her name. She saw me, ran away, and we chatted briefly in the sim. Seemed a bit freaked out by me. Not unusual, to be fair. Looked like she had a problem, though.
You
They
can
all do,
see
I
that
guess.
as you're talking about Elisa, like Polly's teeth are grinding.
Oh, I'm not hitting a sore spot, am I, Polly?
No, everything's fine.
Oh, no, yeah, I can tell, right from the hunched shoulders and the teeth and the very sharp wit. I'm guessing you don't like her very much.
Not at the moment.
Good at pissing people off, is she?
You could say that.
Seems most of the team are quite good at that. Apart from Effie, she's got that really annoying, peppy, everything's going to be all right, let's just clap hands and get together kind of attitude. You know, the kind that gets people killed.
Effie's really been one of the only ones to show initiative.
Yeah, initiative is great. I knew plenty of people with initiative. The initiative of, hey, let's run straight towards those other people firing at us is great initiative until you're dead. It's only any good if you've got the skills to back it up. And let's face it, as far as skills go, we're all children. I think I'm the only one who's held a rifle in real life, aren't I?
No.
No?
No, you're not.
Well, don't tell me the delivery boy's suddenly been packing heat.
Not that I'm aware of.
Well, like I said, I'm not sure I'd trust any of them to have my back. Maybe Luca. But we don't even know why we're here, do we? Seems we've all been coerced in some manner.
Well, we're going to the Union Science Bureau HQ on Mars.
More tests? You're gonna put me back in a tube again, Polly?
To be honest, I'm not sure. I don't know if they're going to take me off of this project and reassign someone, or what they're really going to do with you.
Well, I'd imagine based on events to date, they'll do whatever the fuck they like. Probably with you too, Polly. And despite, you know, you giving me shit about getting out of bed and doing what apparently I'm being trained for, you're all right by me. Do you
Well,
want to stay
thanks.
with us?
I don't know.
What do you want, Polly? Because trust me, life will end as soon as you look at it. Or, if you're really unlucky like me, it'll drag out for fucking ever in purgatory.
I miss Dr. Prism. He always seemed to know what to do.
Yeah.
I just
He
feel like I'm
certainly had a
doing
way with
everything
words.
wrong. All I'm
Well-
doing is upsetting everyone, and people think I'm some sort of traitor.
You haven't upset me, Polly, if that helps.
I just feel
by the
like I'm
sounds of
letting
it-
everybody down.
We're all alive, aren't we? And if I'm not mistaken, I mean, I don't know how the team is getting on in the sim, but, well, when I left, none of us were dead. We'd thrown a few good punches. I mean, hell, we got off the planet alive, didn't we? Not as much a part as that of any of us. Whatever shit you've been putting in us clearly does something, because we're all still here, and by my reckoning against all odds, because we really fucking shouldn't be.
Well,
You're doing
thanks.
something right, Polly.
I'm trying my best. I was never really equipped to handle anything like this. When we were able to meet up with Captain Slate, I have to admit it felt like there was a huge burden that was taken off of my shoulders.
What did you join this for, Polly? This project?
Well, I joined the Union Science Bureau, and Dr. Prism is something of a legend amongst the community, and I was given an opportunity to work with him, and I wasn't necessarily given a lot of information exactly on what I would be working on before I signed up. But it was an opportunity to work with him. He's made great strides for Union and for humanity in general. Lots of his bioengineering work is commonplace now in most printers.
Is that what you want? To spend your life contributing to new and improved printers?
Well, I just know that I want to make a contribution to science and our society.
It's fair. It's noble. I can't say I ever had such noble ideals, but you're a better person than I am.
I'm so intrigued in general by the way that Lancers are able to interact with their mechs and the level of understanding and connection and bond that they can form with their mechs. It's so interesting. I've actually been working on all these new interfaces, and I'm very curious to get started. Actually, what I had planned on doing was hooking up the synapses directly to the Lancer, and I figured that the communication that could happen between...
It's at that point that the announcement goes off that you kind of like hear...
Blink gate in close proximity. Bridge crew, please return to the bridge. Bridge crew, please return to the bridge.
Oh, good. Sorry, Polly, that was all very interesting and I understood all of it. Why are we about to jump? Is that what we're going?
Well, it sounds like we're getting nearby the blink gate. I'm guessing they're probably getting pulled out of the simulator.
But then how do we know who wins?
Does it matter?
Well, what's the point? Someone's got to be in there counting punches at least.
Counting punches?
Besides, isn't there some story about a picnic?
I think I heard something being mentioned. I didn't really understand what was being said, though.
Well, if it's about Wyatt, I want to hear it. And Polly, little word of advice, if I may be so bold.
What might that be?
Your heart's clearly in the right place. And you got your head. Your head's much smarter than mine as well, but if I've learned anything ending up here, always know the why of what you're doing. Always question the why. Always understand the why. Okay?
I'll try.
Good. And if he's allowed, he'll kind of sort of do a little arm pat on the side and kind of hop down off the bed and start walking towards that nice cup of coffee that's on the side.
Oh yeah, you're gonna look for a microwave?
No, Heath'll have it cold. It's fine. Workshop coffee.
Okay, fair enough. We switch scenes. We return to the rest of the group as the rest of you are sort of getting out of the simulator, sort of pulled out before the simulation was able to be complete. And you can see that Wyatt basically like gets out and immediately like rushes over to Tivius and starts like kind of like taunting him and stuff like that. Just kind of saying like, "What's up now? Looks like we fucking did really well." Oh. And he's just kind of like getting in Tivius's face. Tivius actually like grabs him by the arm and pulls him away from the group, and they start to have a conversation off to the side. You can see like Wyatt's making his typical like body motions and stuff like that. He's really trying to like goad Tivius into some kind of like horrific anger episode. You don't really see that happen though, from Tivius. What you do see is Tivius kind of like raises his hand, and Wyatt immediately like gets like defensive, like he tucks like into a ball, like he's about to get punched in the face, and Tivius actually puts a hand on his shoulder, and then he walks away from Wyatt, and he'll walk over to the group. Wyatt is kind of left behind off to the side, and he's just kind of looking stunned. Tivius will walk over to your group, and he'll say, all right, we're gonna make our way through the blink gate, so everyone's gonna have to get into a secure position back in your bunk areas. There should be some seats for you. Oh, listen, sorry about winding you up before we went into the simulator. You're muted, Cola. You're muted. There you are.
You're not now. You're good.
Oh,
okay.
I don't know why you're telling us that you're sorry, because I think that's a lie, and it's quite rude. I don't think it's right to lie to us, despite whatever happened with you and your brother. It's just not. It's not acceptable. So
you all did really well. Well done. Listen, Wyatt has a tendency to jump into things head first. He's a bit
Before you say anything else, Wyatt saved my life. So I think we should just leave it at that and not say anything else about him.
What I was going to say is that
I walk away.
He's easy to wind up.
I follow Effie.
Who's gonna stick around, buddies? Feeling a little awkward.
Okay.
Now we're here.
Sure.
Okay.
Now we have to listen to this.
And so Tivius just kind of like rubs the back of his head. He's easy to wind up. I had to test you. I had to see what you were capable of as a team. I had to see what my brother was capable of. You all did well. And you. And Tivius like looks up at you and Luca, and he just says, Christ, mate. You're an absolute unit.
Well. What about me? Do you have anything nice to say about me? Did I do good?
Yeah. Listen, I can give you all some advice. Maybe help you work a little better as a team. And hell, maybe next time we'll even use our real mechs. Good work. You put the Seraph crew through their paces. Don't worry. I'll make sure they feel it. Anyway, gotta get back to being a captain. We should be at Mars, hopefully relatively soon. Head through the blink gate within the hour. And he'll nod to both of you, and he'll walk off.
You hear that, Luca? You did pretty darn good. And yeah, you are an absolute unit. Like, Christ, man.
Not really sure what that means, but yeah.
It's a good thing.
You did great there as well.
Yeah, thanks, buddy. Speaking of being an absolute unit, you wanna get some food? I'm starving. Like I don't know. They probably headed off to the cafeteria or something. Because I'm so hungry right now.
I could eat. I could definitely eat.
Yeah, I can tell you about Mars. I mean, you're gonna love it there.
I already know about Mars.
Wait, what?
You not remember?
Sue's gonna think really hard. And I'm gonna roll a blissful ignorance.
This can be good or bad depending on the situation.
Right, I know, it's so good. What a good trigger.
A 19.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I lived in the core, in Cradle.
Still not ringing a bell. When did you tell me that?
Before you ran off to your room.
Yeah, we can talk about it at the cafeteria. And
all right.
Yeah, we can pick back up.
Sure. I hope they have that leg of ham that they were talking about.
Oh yeah, were we like wait, leg of ham?
Is it common leg? I don't even know. It's been so long.
Oh, well, I mean, that sounds delicious. I can't wait to tell you about all the fashion on Mars, all the movies, all the...
Yeah, we were going to win, and then they would give me ham.
They were going to give you ham if you won?
Yeah.
Not like that synthetic crap, right? Like actual ham.
Uh-huh. Was on the
we better find them. We need that ham.
Uh-huh. You could have a slice.
Really?
Maybe.
What do you mean, maybe?
Well, I'll tell you about it when we get to the
all right, well, let's go get that ham.
All right. Here we go.
As he echoes down the hall.
I have this like mental picture that's happening, like some kind of bro moment in like Top Gun or one of those like movies where like you guys are like laughing and like
that's exactly
like just kind of like shoving each other in the hallway. It's all slow
Shoving
motion.
buddies.
It's just you two that are in slow motion though. Everybody's like walking past normal speed.
A volleyball just bounces in the background.
This show. I can't.
And you're just two big guys like shoving each other and stuff in the hallway. Look like two bodybuilders.
Stu's hair is just like freaking perfect. It's like got a shine on it. Anime close up.
What about you, Effie and Elisa? Where did you head off to?
Yeah, I was definitely heading towards the cafeteria or whatever because I know we have to quickly eat and then get back to our rooms or a safe area that's not inside a sim. And if I notice, do you go quickly after me, Elisa?
Yeah.
You leave about the same time? Okay.
Run as fast as my little legs will carry me to catch up with you. Yeah, I left a little bit after you, but yeah.
Man, I didn't think that I thought Tivius was so bad until now. Now I see why Wyatt doesn't like him so much.
I mean, I don't understand why he would just be so ridiculous. Like, I mean, clearly it's a total lie. Like, clearly he doesn't mean any of that. And I just don't, like, why would he behave like that? I don't understand. I don't trust him.
Well, I don't know if it's about trust, but I don't think a brother or somebody who cares about, if you know that he can get excited, and why would you do that to him? Why would you rile him up like that and do that just to test us? Why wouldn't you just be straightforward and test us? Instead, you want to do that and then try to humiliate him in front of all of his friends? That's just mean.
I mean, family can do that. Effie, I just...
Does your family do that?
I haven't really known them for years. I mean, they're not very nice people, you know? I don't know what more to say about them.
Well, you don't have to say anything more. I was just curious. I don't really have one. But
Sometimes
from what I hear, it seems like maybe it's a good thing.
I mean, yeah, I guess it could be something to be thankful for. Or, I mean, I guess I don't have one anymore either.
Well, I haven't really heard any amazingly good stories about it. Like Stu and his wife, and then there's also Luca and his family, and that ended in tragedy.
But he loves them, and they love him.
But look at him now. He's hurt.
Yeah, he's hurt, but he did one of the biggest things possible to protect and to save his family, and he sacrificed himself to do that. And if that's not what family's about, then I don't know what it is.
Wait, what? I thought he murdered his wife.
No,
That's what Wyatt said.
Wyatt is full of shit. Don't believe anything he says.
Okay.
He just likes to stir, okay? He just likes to stir everything.
Well, that's true. He did say that you were a traitor. I mean, he didn't say it like he knew it for sure. Well, maybe he did say it like he knew it for sure. I just assumed he was paranoid and that he didn't trust anybody. But he did say that Luca killed his family.
He didn't.
How do you know? Did you look at his file?
He kind of told me.
What? Really?
I mean, not everything. He just he was protecting them. He killed somebody, but it was out of love. He loved his family. He wanted to protect them. Okay, it's nothing bad. No. I can understand it. Listen, just don't believe what Wyatt said. You can trust him. You can trust Luca.
Well, I do trust Luca.
Man.
I just thought that maybe he did something that he regretted. That's all.
I don't think he regrets it at all, and I don't blame him.
Well, I mean, if he didn't kill his wife and baby, then yeah, sure.
It wasn't him that did that. Maybe you can. I don't know. Like I don't know what to. I don't know what to share. Maybe I've shared too much already.
Yeah, I think maybe not. If he wants to share it with me, okay. But I thought you just read his file. I didn't realize that he had told you that.
I mean, I did read his file, but I didn't really learn all that much about him. He's a big.
Our team is actually. I wouldn't trade a single person on it. I know you and Wyatt don't get along, but I think we're all just a little bit strange and out of our depth.
I mean, of course we're strange. We all ended up in this program, right? I mean, everybody has to have their reason. I would be surprised if any of us were, I don't know, all together people, like.
Yeah, I guess that's a good point. Maybe that's why they picked us. Maybe they were preying on us. Maybe they knew we would say yes.
I mean, I volunteered.
I volunteered too, but the more I think about it, the more I think about the way it was presented. And it wasn't exactly forthcoming, you know?
What do you mean?
Like for me, it was just it was presented to all the clones. You know, here, who wants to go and volunteer to be better and faster and stronger? Of course we're going to say yes. We fought, basically, over who got to go into the program.
And you didn't all get to? It was just you?
Just me. As far as I know.
Why did you do it?
I stupidly thought that that they would pick me instead of Effie Prime.
What do you mean pick you?
To go and do all the crazy missions that she does and to be the one that's not on the bench.
But that's her. That's what she does. That's her.
I know that now. I thought if I was better, they would want me.
Well, they're stupid if they don't.
Well, I don't care if they do anymore.
I'm glad to hear that, because you can be you. You know, you're good enough as you. I was gonna say just you, but that sounds like I'm saying that you're just and you're not. You know, you're good enough as you. You don't have to be her. You be you. Okay.
I'm just smiling at Elisa.
I like really awkwardly like put my hands up to her, like in a kind of, I want to hug you, but I don't really know how to approach this moment.
It's probably at that time that Stu and Luca just kind of like barrel through you guys. Like,
hanging with the boys.
and it's Stu that's singing that, by the way, like as he goes past.
And I'm relieved. Like, that was the moment I put myself out there. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I'm just like relieved. Just kind of like turn around and get myself together.
I'm blushing for sure. I thought that was really sweet.
Yeah, you see like Stu and Luca like sort of shoving each other, and they're like moving really slowly for some reason. As they're moving down the hallway, people are like walking past, looking at them.
Why are they walking slowly? What's happening? In an anime, that's exactly what would happen. They just go by in slow motion, and then it would cut to the two of them like, what the fuck are they doing? They're moving in bromo. Oh god,
amazing.
Just two dudes going to get some ham.
Wham, bam, thank you, ham.
Is that episode title?
Wham, bam, thank you, ham.
You dudes going to get some ham.
Wow, the cackle was real. Colo's getting ready to be on witchcraft and wizardry character creation tomorrow.
I mean, it's happening.
Yeah. So, Stu and Luca, you guys are kind of headed off to get some food. Ellie and Elisa, are you going back to your bunks, or where are you headed?
I'm also we were headed to the cafeteria as well. So after that like fumble of intimacy there and the blushing, I'll probably just start walking with her, because I know she doesn't want to acknowledge what just happened at all. So I'll just start talking about something else entirely. Man, I wonder what kind of food they have here. Maybe they have more of those mushrooms. They were actually
those.
Okay.
Did you eat them?
No, but they looked really good. Wyatt said they were delicious.
Well, that's Wyatt. What you expect? I mean, I imagine there's some sort of, I don't know, I don't trust them. Mushrooms, they can be quite mind altering, you know? Like,
I actually didn't know that about mushrooms.
Okay. Yeah. Just look at her like, so naive.
Okay.
I guess they're gonna have like, you know, the bars and the nut sauce and the same kind of stuff that's everywhere. I mean, nut sauce seems to be everywhere. I mean, I tried to take some for Luca, but
yeah, if they have it, he'll be really happy. Hey, Luca. What did Tivius say?
He said he was very surprised, and he thought we did very well.
Yeah, well, of course he'd say that. He was losing.
The look on his face was priceless. Especially inside of his mech when I was right there. Worried.
I sort of wish I had stayed just to see the look on his face as he was saying how awesome he thought we were, but I don't know.
It was surprising. Unique experience I don't think we'll see again, to be honest with you.
Yeah, probably not. Do you think they have nut sauce?
They better.
I'll race you.
But I'm looking for ham.
Oh, I don't think we're going to get the ham. It was a draw, right?
That was on the table. Maybe half a ham. Maybe half a ham.
maybe half the ham and then
Or ham flame or ham sauce.
half the ham and half of the picnic story.
Yes, it will be good.
I feel
All
like
right, a ratio.
Stu like stops like midway down the hallway. He's got like a little fan to simulate his hair blowing in the wind. I feel like, you know, that
One
he
of those
just
like selfie fans.
yeah, yeah, those micro fans. He's like, his hair gets like all mussed because it blows the wrong way.
You're absolutely getting that ham. We deserve that ham.
Deserve it. It was a part of the deal.
It's a
Oh.
victory ham.
Even if they don't want to give it to us, it must be somewhere
I mean,
on
I feel
board,
like
right?
I mean, Luca, I feel like you're gonna need more than half a ham. I feel like half a
We
ham.
could go
is not gonna cover.
undercover. We could go undercover on a secret mission to try to find the ham.
Can we not just go and eat? Like, just like.
I would like to eat.
Oh,
I will
okay.
eat.
I mean, I'm down to eat, but I really
Then
want
we
to
could go get the
that
ham.
victory ham.
There. I will eat, and then I will also have a separate meal later for the ham.
Okay.
That's more like.
This is a post-victory ham. I mean, meal, and then later we could celebrate with the ham.
Okay.
Yeah.
I am pretty hungry.
Okay, so we eat
There.
now and then we eat later.
There.
Yeah,
Nice done.
that sounds great. In fact, then we could also maybe have dessert after the eating of the later.
Of course.
You think they have dessert here?
They better. It's a capital.
Open.
It's a large ship here. They must. It's got a hangar. They
What
better
kind
have
of
ice cream.
desserts? What kind of desserts do they have on Mars?
Oh, actually, would you like to know? Because I have
would
I
love
have
to
literally all of the information on Mars and all of the things that are going on right now. I have so much to talk about. I'm
Heath?
so excited for this.
Heath,
No.
you
You
can
mean, like-
probably hear the group. By the way, they're getting close to the sick bay.
You mean like high fashion or?
Oh, high fashion, movies, productions, movers and shakers. I mean, you have noticed my pants, right?
Yeah.
So
puffy ones?
important stuff.
Mhm.
But what
Yeah,
about ours? I'm only like wearing a suit. I'm wearing like a regular heart suit. Should I change? Where do I get fluffy pants?
No,
I mean, I could
Effie.
go ahead and tailor you something. Everybody should have at least some sort of fashion sense when going to Mars. We don't want to stick out like sore thumbs with poor fashion. You know, Mars is a very important place. It's where I've always wanted to live, and I just want to enjoy it. I just want to feel like I've been there my entire life, because I want to live there.
Okay. We'll try hard so that you can feel like you live there.
Thank you. Well, I mean, let's go ahead and go over a few fashion catalogs. I'm sure I can whip something up for you guys. You look like you're locals there.
Heath!
Or I'm done.
I was gonna say, at this point, Heath would just sort of stumble out of the nearest med bay door with his coffee.
You've been
Would
given
you-
proper clothes, by the way, at this point.
Oh, that's it. I'm leaving the show. I'm off now. Yeah,
Heath clothes.
I want everybody to see my bum.
If Brad were here, he would say poo poo in my bum bum.
Poo in my bum bum.
Poo in my bum
That's the
bum.
Brett channeling
It's
Brad.
all down the pipes.
Right. Poo
Right.
in the bum bum.
What am I doing? I've
Better.
forgotten now. Yeah, he'd like poke his head out with his coffee in his hand. Would you all please shut up? Some of us have only just woken up.
Are you feeling
think-
better?
I think
God,
he'd just
you
have that
again.
little moment where he catches Stu and Luca like quite close and looking like they're friends, and just be a little look in his eye of oh, and then like in anime it would just go
Yeah.
on his face, and then you carry on. Sorry, I forget what did you just ask, Effie?
Are you feeling better?
Well, no, I was having great fun punching that arrogant little prick in the face in his mech, and then Polly pulls me off.
And on a scale of 1 to 10, 10
Polly
being
did
the
what?
absolute worst, how mad at me is she? Would you say?
Wait, Polly with you?
Yeah, because I was supposed to keep you in there.
No, she couldn't care less. She's pissed off with short stack here.
What?
I don't know. She said Polly something. I said the other one. She said that one. She said she wasn't really annoyed, but her teeth were so noisy because of the grinding. I didn't really believe her. No, Effie, she's not cross with you.
I have no idea what you just said, but okay.
Sorry, I'm not at the bottom of my coffee yet.
That's all right. Well, we were just gonna go get something to eat. Did you want to come with us?
Yes. Will there be less or more talking?
Probably more. Probably lots more. I have a lot to say
I
about
want to
Mars.
tell you about in there. I rode a mech. It wasn't mine. I was on top of the mech.
That was
It
amazing.
me. I was there. I did
You
that.
rode a mech?
Yeah.
I did. I climbed up on Hurricane Gun.
Wait, hang on. Hang on. Are you on a mech, on his mech, or are you like out of your mech and then on his?
Oh, right.
His
I
mech?
was out of my mech. They blew up my mech, and I just kept running right at them. And I climbed up the side of the mech and right over the front, slapped the little viewport, and then went right
And he
on
kept
top.
punching. He kept punching it and building up heat on the mech. It was amazing. It was so amazing. You are an
You can't stop
absolute
me. You
unit.
can't stop me.
You went down swinging then, brother, and Heath will just like grab him like slightly away from Stu and give him a hug. That's it. That's my dance partner. Well done, brother. And then sort of push back off and sort of big slaps on the arm. Yeah, great work, great work. So wait, so hang on then, you won, I take it. If we're riding other people's mechs, we run. We yeah.
It's more of a draw there. The announcement rang over the simulation, so we had to get on. For safety.
So I might still get a chance to punch Wyatt's brother.
I mean, let's hope so.
I can
There
see
will
that
be
they're
many-
brothers.
Many opportunities.
Fingers crossed.
Good. Where are we going then? This blink gate thing. I mean, I still haven't really been up for very long. Where are we going?
Oh, we're going to Mars.
Oh, Mars is.
Are you excited?
Oh no, yes, very excited. If you wanted to go to a complete vacuous place with nothing of character or worth, yes, go to Mars. It's great.
Don't ask Rashman. Don't
Excuse me?
Don't ask him. Don't ask him about
Vacuous.
it.
It's what?
Look,
no?
I don't know what that word
What's with
means, but it sounds like you don't like Mars.
Oh no, Mars is great. You'll fit in perfectly. Mars is absolutely the place for you. Not a better home for you.
Stu is really having trouble. Like, is that an insult? Or should I take the compliment?
Time to make a blissful ignorance trigger roll.
Oh no.
He says you'll fit in perfectly, and that's all you see is like floopy pants and your hair and the cars, and you're just like,
What a-
I will.
What a compliment.
Wow.
24.
I think he suspects it. That like, oh, is this like, does this have malicious intent? But then, like, as soon as he says you'll fit right into Mars, Stu is overwhelmed with like emotion. Like, you really think so?
Oh, you'll be mayor. You could run the place.
Yeah, let's not go that far.
Stu's just
believe
gonna look
in
off
you.
to the side with a little tear in his eye.
I mean,
knew-
maybe you'll
I knew this.
maybe you'll never want to leave. Maybe we'll just go and you'll never want to leave. I mean, you'll.
That's a
I
great
was
one.
meant to live there.
Listen to her. She's got brains.
Where did that come from?
That's Stu's biggest dream. He's just
Him staying on
overwhelmed.
Mars.
Having brains?
If I only had a brain.
You don't need to look so upset. It's a compliment. I'm saying you're smart.
I'm not stupid. I just mean coming from you. I just didn't expect that. I didn't really expect that you were that observant, that you actually took note of anybody other than yourself, to be honest. So I just kind of wondered where that came from, really.
Hang on. If I look, hang on. I look really close. Oh, there's the chip on your shoulder. Okay, I understand you. Got it right. Do you need a hug? I mean, I can give you a hug.
I would rather you come nowhere near me.
That's fine.
You're creepy.
Well, it's all right.
I
You and me
could-
will get to the bottom of who hurt you. Don't worry. It's
I
fine.
could give you
Over
a-
coffee.
Somebody hurt you?
God, let's just. I am not going into this with you two. There's only one person who I would rather talk about who I would want to talk about my history less with, and that's and that's Boom Slang.
Interesting choice of friend.
No, I mean, I wouldn't.
You wouldn't talk about it with Boom Slang. No, I wouldn't talk about shit with Boom Slang.
Oh, well, okay, at least we can agree on that.
Oh, the boomslang's a prick. It clearly runs in his family.
Yeah.
He's
great.
not a prick. He's all right. Come on,
Excuse
guys.
me, were you an ice cube floating in space? I'm just saying.
He made the right call. I would have gotten us killed trying to save you.
Yeah, well, let's not go over old ground again or I'm going to get punchy and I'm not in my mech. And I still need coffee. This stuff's awful.
Me
Have you tried the microwave?
The
No.
microwave is very fast.
Micro what?
The microwave. It just have it like right in there. You just heat it right up. It's just 30 seconds, and then you're good to go.
Wait, hang on. And Heath will go back in and heat his coffee up in the space wave.
No.
In the space microwave.
No. This is unacceptable.
Take one heat.
Take one heat.
So you guys make your way to the galley. It's really very plain. There's some printers that are kind of like hooked up to probably some kind of menu or something, and you just kind of push a button and the printer will kind of print out. It's a very limited menu. This is a military craft, so there's
food.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, this is good. All right, go on. Sorry.
Yeah, there's not a lot of choices. There's probably like 3 or 4 options.
Damn it.
Yeah.
It's like where you click on it and some of it's grayed out.
Right.
You're like, why can't I
We're
click
out.
on this? Oh no, they only have 3 options. Oh, okay, not the.
It's like
20
whenever you want a
listed here.
milkshake from McDonald's, it's always broken.
Yeah,
The one thing you want
exactly.
is just
Yeah.
always broken.
Or it's like pay to upgrade this station to get the rest of these options, and you're like, oh, they only got the basic package. Which had 3 options.
Yeah, they need the DLC. So
Yeah.
Made by EA.
Yeah, so like the menus are really limited. They're probably like like protein meal, like they're
Perfect.
very unappetizing looking things. And I will roll for nut sauce. Let's see what we
Come
get.
on, orange die. Don't let me down for the
And we'll-
first
we'll-
time
we'll-
ever.
We'll give you the big number here. We'll say the big number. Anything 10 and over is nut sauce.
Watch this be the only time.
11.
That's a 6.
This orange die. I
Hate that
swear,
guy so
whack.
much.
There
Freeze
is
that
no
thing.
nut
He's
sauce.
lying.
Oh no.
Luca
Nice
tears
cam.
the ship apart with his bare hands.
Yeah, so you get up there and there's like probably I would say like only one person or something in there because they just announced that they're getting ready for the Blinkgate travel. So people are probably off to their stations and whatnot. There's probably somebody just like grabbing a drink or something, and then leaving the galley. But otherwise, it's empty.
Oh, well, this is something.
I think Heath will have just go straight up and just press whatever button he can get and doesn't care. It's all food. Just eat something. It'll keep you
Alright.
alive.
Sure, we don't want to get that ham now.
I need to have the energy so I could eat the ham. So I will have to get energy now. So I
Yeah,
could eat the ham later.
I just don't want to eat this crap, and then we're gonna have the taste of this in our mouth when we go to eat our ham.
You see,
Then
like
you're
Heath
not
push the
hungry.
button, and then there's this like the equivalent of like the way Play-Doh spaghetti like comes through the thing. There's like a loaf that just
Pushed through.
it just kind of
Oh,
pushes
that's
through,
great.
How
lands in the
hungry
plate.
are we? Are we really hungry?
It's a little moist.
Ooh.
We've got to be really hungry.
Yeah.
We-
Whack, how hungry are we?
You're really fucking
Yeah,
hungry.
okay.
Yeah.
So
hungry
I
by
think I'll
2.
fucking eat it anyway. Okay.
Oh, God.
Oh,
Elisa,
that smells great.
It has no smell. There's no
Okay.
smell.
That looks great.
All right, I'm next.
It's delicious. I'm just eating it like a chocolate bar.
It
Elisa
really.
looks-
I feel like
looks
it tastes like a combination of nothing and
Play-Doh.
cardboard.
Oh,
Oh, they got the deluxe
like
version.
super old pizza.
It has flavor then, so that's good.
Nutrient
Elisa-
loaf.
looks round and has a look at the other people around and sees if everybody is eating the variety of things, just to make sure that there's no poison in anything, because Elisa, Elisa logic.
Elisa.
Is everybody eating different things? Can I see everybody eating?
I just picked something on the menu that wasn't. I mean, I feel like we had brown sludge, blue sludge, or gray sludge. Those were our options. And I was like, what does this even mean? There's not even a picture of the meal. And then you click on it and you get what you get. So I just picked something.
It's like blueberry cardboard.
Yeah, has anybody had a plain power bar? Like just plain?
Oh. Why would you do
Just tastes like sawdust.
Yeah, sawdust and
glue and
chalk.
sawdust.
It's chalky, yeah.
a gooey dog treat?
There's one that tastes like cardboard, one that tastes like chalk, and another one that kind of tastes like
hot detergent.
So
donut holes.
Cilantro.
I love cilantro. I'm sorry.
It's just the joke.
Cilantro.
It can taste like soap to some people. Sorry.
It does.
That's
It is.
the joke. That's the joke. Yeah.
Wait, cilantro?
Not a joke, it's
you mean the
fact.
stuff
Yeah.
that smells like stink bugs?
Yeah, cilantro can taste like soap to some people who have like a certain. Anyway.
We're called geniuses. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, it's true. It is soap. It's what soap is made of. All right. So I think Luke is clicking the button for a bit.
Getting several
You're
meals.
just extruding more protein.
He's trying
foods.
really hard to get the grayed out protein paste.
I think they're out of nut sauce. Seems to be
This-
something wrong here with the
I don't
button.
think
This
we
one's
have-
okay. Here, let me just generate one for you.
All right.
I'll give you all a tip. All right, just take the goop, close your eyes. All right, and imagine the best meal you've ever had. I've eaten more of this food than I have actual food. Just close your eyes. Imagine like
Nut
mum's
sauce.
apple pie, Luca. It's just a big frozen bar of nut sauce. All right, and if you close your eyes and you believe,
All right.
you'll make it real, my friend. All right. It's
I'm
a
going to
roast-
find it
it's a roast
hard
dinner.
to believe that this is like Martian crepes with a side of strawberry jam.
Well, that's fine, because you are the world's greatest actor. You can just act like it tastes like whatever you want it to. I believe in you. I've seen your movies.
If only my taste buds could act.
Well, I mean, you are the greatest actor. Can your taste buds act?
My God.
You know, I've never tried that actually. Huh.
It's time for their debut. Take the stage, taste buds.
All the
Then he
time
just
is
sort of
stage.
just goes
He's
back
going to
to.
extrude a big lump of protein, and he's going to take a big bite. And he's like the shock that he gets at like how bad it tastes. He tries to like come back from like a.
There are tears in his eyes. It must be so good.
He's like trying so hard to enjoy it, but it's like when you're at a dinner party and you don't want to be rude and they've made this terrible meal.
Yeah,
And you're just
cilantro.
like, I want to spit this out, but I will power through it. And then
This is my homemade
push off the
hummus.
side. Yeah. So good.
Right.
And I feel like when you scoop the food, like it makes like a perfect cutout of the food, with the spoon. So it's like, like when the
Like Play-Doh.
Like Jell-O?
when ice cream is like just the right temperature and it just goes, your spoon goes right through it. It's kind of like that. So it just perfectly keeps its shape after you take it with a spoon.
I am going to imagine that this is protein paste.
This is terrible.
Not so bad.
Honestly, this is. I mean, like where I grew up, we had stuff worse than this. Like, it's just food, guys. It's just energy. Just eat it, all right?
We're
It
getting
doesn't taste
ham
that
later.
bad. But a ham would be nice.
I've had pizza pockets with more flavor than this.
I think I'll get up to go and get another one. I don't know what any of your problem is. Gets more.
Can you print another one for me?
All right, make it 2. I'll get you the deluxe version.
3
Oh
please.
yeah, thanks.
And
3,
four,
okay.
four.
4. I'll get 5. We'll share. It's fine. Here we go.
Thank you.
Ooh, just
All right,
imagine
hang on.
Martian cuisine.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, thanks.
Here we go.
Protein
One for you.
loaf.
Here, Luke. There you go.
Thank you.
Enjoy. Right, this one's dessert. Blueberry rhubarb pie, crumble custard. Okay.
I wonder if I
An
shaped it
anime
into a different
cutscene.
food.
It's like an
Time
anime
for a
cutscene
montage.
of it's everybody at the table crying while they're eating this terrible food.
Those
Stu's
waterfall tears.
He's trying every which way to make it, you know, just more edible. Like he sculpts it into like a different food. Like he perfectly, like it has the ability to just retain shape, and he's sculpted for himself like this, this perfect looking steak.
Right.
Like a ribeye steak. He's like carved it like.
Can we have a? Let's see. We need to roll for this.
I think
We
at
need
the
to
end of this
roll.
montage, we have Luca still
Oh,
muttering.
make a
what
show-off
it is.
roll, please, Stu.
All right.
It looks like a steak. For
Stu's
those
just gonna-
listening to the podcast version of the show, I threw up some air quotes.
Stu's just gonna give up on sculpting his food and just accept defeat.
Somehow sculpted it into a bowl.
It was supposed to be a steak.
Blue protein, red protein, and this one is brown protein loaf. Delicious.
He's just saying what it is instead of saying something else. He's imagining what it actually is and loving it.
New brown protein loaf with electrolytes.
Perfect. This one is cotton
It's
candy.
got what plants crave.
Perfect.
Okay, so yeah, you guys are digging into the food. There's probably another announcement that comes over.
Blinkgate proximity. Closing to 100 kilometers. Everyone has 5 minutes to get to a station to prepare themselves for blink jump.
We don't have to do anything for that, do we?
I am not sure. I think we have to go back to our rooms or something.
Is that our station? I feel like this is my station. I'm going to stay here.
Hi.
I'll
don't
watch
have any
everyone's
jobs.
food if you need it.
I think for the first time, I don't want to stay here.
I mean, sorry to like break the sensible conversation, but why are we going to Mars? I mean, I still just woke up. I was floating in space. Now I'm here on the way to Mars. For some reason. I'm kind of missing a few bits.
We're going to Mars because I'm so famous that I need to get back to my important acting job.
Right. I mean, I guess that's the primary reason that we must be going. Is there any sort of secondary reason we might be heading to Mars?
I remember Tibius took us from the station before, and now we are heading to Mars.
Right.
I'm unsure why.
Some more science folks, I guess.
Yeah, probably. Either that or out in the black.
Yeah. That's what Polly seemed to see, that we get to Mars and everything might carry on as normal. Apparently they might even put me back in the tube.
What?
That'd
You
be
want to go
nice.
back in the tube?
Of course I don't want to go back in the tube. Have you ever had a groin tube removed 3 times? Trust me, I don't want to go back in the tube. But apparently that's an option, and apparently the USB is going to do whatever they like with us. All of us. Including Polly.
Oh, you think you had it bad? You had a groin tube. You don't know you want to know where they had my tube.
Do you think we're gonna get in trouble?
Probably.
Trouble for
Rebel.
what?
Literally everything.
Well, it's not like we did anything.
I'm sure we did.
Well, we did maybe say more than we should have during the interrogation.
Wait, so you guys got interrogated?
Yeah.
Because I'm like missing some time. I mean, I was floating in space and then I woke up here. What the hell happened to all of you?
What happened to you? What was the last thing that you remember?
I remember talking to Luca, and then nothing. I woke up pretty much here.
I look to Luca to see if he's gonna fill him in a little bit more.
He's still eating. He's highly focused on
okay.
the loaves in front of him.
Yep, that's what happened.
Well, you fell unconscious.
Well, yeah, I guess that much. But what happened to you between the time I fell unconscious and then we're heading to Mars?
Well, we got interrogated and then Tivius sort of, well, Wyatt really rescued us by contacting Tivius. Well, he didn't contact Tivius, but he said he... I'm sorry for those listening to the podcast. My cat is up here and smacking his tail into my face. Well, he didn't really contact Tivius, but he dropped Tivius's name. And then they contacted Tivius, who then came to get us. So it was kind of like Wyatt rescued us, really, if you think about it.
Right. But wait, so who interrogated you? If Tivius is the one who picked us up, who interrogated you?
What was her name? Like, Estefana?
Yeah, I can't remember. She had brown hair, though, I think.
Red suit.
Was she USB?
No.
She was definitely cracking.
Yeah.
And then they just let you go.
Well, I mean, they kind of argued a little, and then Tivius pulled in a favor to rescue us, yeah. And then he was really mad that we were a part of some secret project.
Right. And now we're going back to the USB. All right, that all seems extremely reasonable. And now we have you as well. And he just gestures at Elisa.
I'm sorry, what do you want?
I mean, well, she's always been with us, really. She was just gone for a time after the attack happened.
Well,
you know, she was trying to find us.
Excuse me if I'm a little wary, because to me, she's just appeared.
Well,
I wake up, I have a lot of fighting, I go through a jump gate, I go into a coma, I wake up and there's someone new.
Well, what do you think? I think exactly the same, and you're creepy. Like, you just appear and you creep all over anything, and I'm sorry, but you are just not my type. Like,
Well, don't worry, you seem to have misunderstood. This is not romantic. This might be the first time you're dealing with flirting. Don't worry, this is just a person talking. It's not affection. I can see you haven't had much. I'm just trying to establish why you're here. How do you fit in?
She was
nice
part
that
of our
you,
unit.
nice that you reflect your own insecurities on other people. I see why that might make you feel a little bit better about all of your fucking inadequacies in life.
I'm gonna get more. Anybody else want one? Anybody else want to join?
I might
I'll take one.
on that. I might hit you up on that, Luca.
All right.
No, you misunderstood. I know exactly who I am. I'm a useless merc who should be dead and has terrible people skills and usually is half naked. And all I'm good for is punching and being very inappropriate. I know exactly who I am. My question is, who are you?
I'm Elisa. Me. You've suddenly appeared with my friends, and I'm sorry if I'm just a little bit suspicious about this timing, and your
Suspicion will keep you alive. I can't fault you on your suspicion.
I mean, that's kind of my motto, so...
So how did you find us?
I told you you'd get along.
I feel like I should be playing this.
And I'll just completely ignore Effie. So we jumped through a blink gate, and then you found us?
I mean, I didn't just find you. I tracked you. I came to find you. I did it on purpose. It wasn't magic. I didn't just magically appear.
So you were on the planet with us where I woke up, where we were on the you were originally there.
Yeah, I was at the facility, and then I went off because basically there's this entire undercurrent of just shady stuff, and there was surveillance, and there was this ridiculous message that was going through all of the time facilities in the entire place. And then once I went all the way through there and found everything, you guys were gone. You'd gone, and everything fell apart. And so I put a tracker in Effie's boot because I didn't want to lose her because she's special, okay? She's special, and I didn't want to lose her. And so I saw where you went, and then I figured, like, I saw it track. You went through the blink gate, and then once you'd gone through the blink gate, you just disappeared. Like, you suddenly disconnected from the Omninet. You suddenly disconnected, and I couldn't see you anymore. So I kind of made an identity, and I hitched a ride, and then you took so long to get anywhere once you came through the blink gate. I mean, I don't know what you were doing, but clearly it was some fucking stupid invention or something. So by the time that you arrived, I was already there, and I was waiting for you, and I don't know why you took so damn long.
Oh, right. Yes, you're definitely not a spy. That's cool. It's nice to know. Just a little poke of the button, and you just reel it off. I mean, that's a well-rehearsed story.
Just glare at him.
And it
And what's your
just carries on
story?
eating. Mine? I'm exactly what you think I am. I'm a dodgy, incompetent merc who found himself on a godforsaken planet in a tube of green goop. Wake up to see my friends getting killed, and now apparently I'm hanging around with these other inept people who are trying to be a team and lab rats. And at the moment, I'm just trying to maybe stay alive, but I'm not particularly fussed about that either.
I don't think you're particularly forthcoming. I don't think you're a particularly good person. And quite frankly, I trust nothing about you. And I actually think that you're going to get us all killed. And not only that, but you are going to offend every single person in your path while you do it. Because it's inappropriate. You're inappropriate. You speak to people like they're items, like they're pieces of meat.
See, I don't need to tell you anything. You've got me pegged perfectly.
Elisa puts her hands under the edge of his plate, flips it up into his face. So he's just like, face like covered in like all of this disgusting gunk that was on his plate. And she just like gets up, like rage engaged, story rage, fully engaged.
I'm sorry, you're trying to flip his plate onto him?
Yeah, I want to like.
Oh,
I
yeah,
wanna,
we
like,
need a roll.
Yeah.
We need a
Okay,
roll.
all right. What do
Yeah.
I roll?
Let's see, what do you got?
Roll for flip.
A great question. What do I get? Let me get my character sheet up. Sorry, guys. Super prepared. What
We
do
weren't ready for combat, Whack. Jeez.
We had the combat music playing. Jeez.
Yeah, how much more of a signal could I have given you? Yeah, it's a flat D20. You don't have anything.
Come on. Come on. I just. Yeah.
You flip. She manages to like flip the plate, but it doesn't like do anything to you. It just kind of like.
That was a 5 for anyone on the podcast. That was a 5. It makes her even more angry.
I hear meat. Are we getting the ham yet? I came back at the right time.
So
Down with
is my
another plate.
is my food ruined now? Like it flips, but just falls on the floor or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, Heath will just go. And get up and go over to the machine and get another slab, then come sit back down.
Elisa picks up her plate from where she is and like moves to the edge of the group, like as far away from him as possible, and just sits seething and like inhaling food because she's not eaten very much like this whole time. Like she's been super suspicious of basically everything to the point where she's I think probably hungrier than anybody else in the
She kind of looks like a hamster eating. You ever seen like
Just stores in her cheeks and
Yeah,
runs
just-
off.
And
her
she's
cheeks
not,
just keep getting bigger and bigger?
she doesn't really have very good table manners, so it's just kind of like
Neither do
maybe like a
hamsters.
spoon and it's not pretty to watch her eat at all.
And Heath won't even
A lion
react
in
to
the
fact that
wild.
she's moved. Just back to his protein slabs.
Prepare
see
for
the
blink
Elisa?
gate transfer. In T minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
Luca, you
2,
might want to not have any
1.
food in your.
And that's a good place for us to take our break.
And they all died.
We were supposed to be strapped in? What?
Well, we've done
Stewardess,
travel
stewardess.
before, right? We had to travel through a blink gate to get here. So I feel like if we had to be strapped in, we would know. Right?
Yeah.
Safe.
Black's face! Oh my god!
As soon as we come back, everybody roll for initiative.
Ludicrous speed, go! Oh man.
Great. Great.
Everything will be fine. It's all fine. It's all fine. Yeah, it's a good place for us to take a break, guys. We're gonna be back in just a few minutes. If you have not done so, please make sure you follow all of these wonderful people. Give them a follow.
And please go rate and review the podcast on Apple. Please.
You can head on over to tablestory.tv/ZBO and grab the links there to go rate and review on iTunes or Apple Store or whatever the hell it's called now.
iTunes, but they're getting rid of it, so they want us to call it Apple.
Yeah, whatever. Go over there, rate and review. That'd be fantastic. We would really appreciate it. And if you don't have an Apple device, you can still download iTunes on Windows and rate and review that way. I know it's annoying, but it really helps us. Thanks. Thank you so much. And if you have yourself a Twitch Prime or an Amazon Prime that you'd like to use, go use it on one of these wonderful people. Get yourself some emotes. Go make that happen. And if you want to help support Table Story, one of the best ways you can do that is to hit the follow button and turn on notifications so you know when we go live with our various shows. You can head on over to tablestory.tv/pledge, where you can go check out our Patreon, which has a ton of different content. We've got our podcast versions of these shows get updated very regularly there. We also put up art. We put up videos from and pictures from all of us here at Table Story. We do a podcast that's called Ready to Roll. This month, it should be up soon. We answered a bunch of questions. We did sort of a Q&A podcast that we rambled about for way too long. We went way over the time, and it was a lot of fun. So that should be coming up soon. Tomorrow, we are doing the character creation for Witchcraft and Wizardry, a new show that's going to be starting up here on Table Story. That's actually going to be posted in the lore drop section of the Patreon. So if you are a patron, you get to check that out. Otherwise, we'll be back in just a few minutes. Hang tight for more Table Story Zero.Blue.Orion. Back in just a few. Welcome back, everybody, to Table Stories Zero.Blue.Orion. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
We return as the group heads through the blink gate. There's like a moment of like weird disorientation that happens. Like you feel your stomach kind of like twist a little bit. And you're sort of brought back into real space. And yeah, you can all you all feel that like slight weird disorientation, like disconnection that kind of happens when you travel through blink space. It's near instantaneous, so it's only a brief amount of time, but you feel like you sort of revert back, and you hear the announcement come across.
Blink space travel complete. You are now located in the Sol system. We will be arriving at Mars in approximately 5 hours.
Ow!
Oh, 5 hours. Oh man.
No, that's all right. Hang on.
How are you still eating that stuff?
It's great. It's Grandma's roast dinner.
Ooh.
Delicious.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe you should look into acting, because I couldn't do it.
Wait, are you trying to say you don't believe my performance?
No, I'm trying to say that you're a much better actor than me if you consider that slop good.
Don't be so hard on yourself. This isn't the first time I've eaten military rations. It takes a talent.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Do you have a good relationship with your grandmother?
Me or Rashman?
No, you.
Me?
You said
No.
it tastes like grandma's.
No, I didn't have a grandma. I was just trying to feel normal, but thank you very much for pointing that out.
Oh, sorry. I'm just trying to figure out if anybody actually has a good relationship with their family.
I have a grandma, and actually, I have a full family. I just haven't talked to him in a long time.
Yeah, I haven't talked to mine in ages either, but who wants to, right?
Well, I guess that's just what I was trying to figure out.
Just been. It's a minute here.
Seems like a touchy subject.
Sorry.
No, I just haven't spoken to mine in a while.
I was just talking to Elisa, and she had mentioned that she didn't really have like a good family, and then we were talking about Wyatt and Tivius and how they didn't really have a good relationship, and I don't have a family, so I was just wondering, maybe I dodged a bullet, as they say. I haven't really met anybody that has like a really good family situation, so I was just asking.
Maybe you do have a family.
Well, if I do, I don't know about it. And wouldn't it technically be Effie Prime's family?
I didn't mean Effie Prime. I meant like us. She immediately, like, her face drops and she's like, "What have I said?"
From the other side of the table.
Effie's beaming. Who cares about the awkward situation that just happened?
She's cooking the food that's like stuffed in her cheeks like a squirrel right now.
Avoiding everyone's eye contact. Like, no. Embarrassment is real.
That's how I've been looking at it as well.
Really?
Ah.
Well, I mean, I thought we were a team. And I thought we were friends, but I thought that those words were, I didn't think family. I thought.
I feel like family goes through everything together. The highs and the lows, and we've been through it all, haven't we?
Yeah, that's true.
And we're
Friends.
weird and
Friends of the family you choose for yourself, Effie.
Right. And family, those we are stuck with. Am I right, Heath?
Isn't that the truth? Trust me, I haven't been able to shake my parents from Spacebook. They're really embarrassing. But yes, no, I also agree with this too. Yes, I mean we all came from the same place, from giant tubes in the lab. You think about it.
It's almost like we were born together.
That's what I was getting at.
I get it.
Jesus Christ.
Oh boy. All right, that's a stretch.
and we
Okay.
even have a creepy uncle. I mean,
Yeah, now she gets it.
Yeah, you're warming up.
And Heath will sort of kind of go, and then just go back to his protein loaf.
Are we in blink space and it's 5 hours? Is that what I heard?
No.
No.
It
It
was-
went through
it's-
the gate,
you-
and now
We're
it's
through the
It's
gate,
like
and then it's a
practically
5-hour taxi.
instantaneous. No, it just takes 5 hours from the blink gate to get to
Yeah,
Mars.
yeah. Okay, yeah. All right,
Yeah.
cool.
Is there like a window in the cafeteria where we can see the planets in the solar system in Cradle? Or
Sure.
in and around Cradle?
Absolutely.
Oh man, that's amazing. And also just so that we know, where is this blink gate in the solar system?
Oh,
Right,
there's
in
a
case
blink.
we were.
So-
I'm kind of curious.
So the
Imagining.
blink gate is near Mars. What happens is the solar system.
PB, it's 5 hours from Mars.
Earth has
Well, okay, but I mean,
Cradle, like Earth specifically, has its own blink gate, and the only way you can get to that blink gate, it's hard coded that you can only use Mars blink gate to get to Cradle.
oh,
That's the only way to get there.
So this
So
Mars,
Mars-
blink gate is the gateway into
Well,
the system.
There's one on Mars that you have to basically
okay.
go through.
So Mars controls
Oh.
commerce for Cradle.
Yeah, and it's
Cool.
super security. It's like this is the security door basically for Earth.
Is there a
Cradle.
prison on Mars?
Probably.
You can see Cradle, and could you see Cradle out the window, like near Mars?
No, I mean it'd be a dot.
No.
Oh,
A big
So
dot.
cool.
It'd be a bigger dot, but you know.
I think Stu is just going to be looking at the window at
Sure.
Mars. He's so ready for this.
Absolutely.
He's so excited.
Stu rushes over.
My
Where's-
God,
This
it's
is what
so-
you'd see.
where's Wyatt?
what? That's Mars?
Oh yeah.
Yep. It's
Terraforming, baby.
If only
Wow.
I could have answered David Bowie's question. Yes, there is life on Mars.
For those listening, it basically looks like terraformed, and it now looks a lot like Earth, only dustier.
Earth-like world, yo.
Mm-hmm.
Don't imagine Earth continents. Make up
Yeah,
your own
not
in
at
your
all.
mind.
Yeah, and lots more red. But there's water.
And clouds.
Mm-hmm.
It's sweet. It was a cool shot.
Yeah, so Stu is just kind of staring out the window. You guys are chomping away at food, wondering why it's nowhere to be seen. I mean, to be fair, he does sort of fuck off like this and
Yeah.
go have cigarettes and
That's
Like,
very
whatever.
true.
fairly often.
Yeah, but it's not often that he gets bullied by his brother in front of his friends, so I feel like I would be worried about him a little.
Roll me a flat d20, or if you have a trigger to sort of help you gain any insight into their relationship, you can use that.
I have spot, but I feel like that's
Mhm.
physically looking
Yeah.
at things. So yeah, that's it. I don't
Okay,
know if
flat
there's
d20.
Yep. Okay.
A 4. Okay. Yeah, they definitely were not getting along very well.
Well, I mean, I'm sure he's probably fine. And he probably wants to be left alone. And he probably won't respond to comms communication. Right? Wyatt? Yeah, I didn't think so.
I see quiet.
Heath at this point is utterly uninterested in the fact that they're in Mars, in the fact that there's a window out into space. He's a merc who spent his life bouncing around various systems and planets. This is nothing new to him. He's completely and utterly disinterested in it.
Okay.
We've been to Cradle before. There are these systems.
Not Cradle. He's been to Mars before.
Okay. Anybody do anything else?
I will eventually probably go join Stu out the window because I've never seen Mars before. And this is really exciting.
Oh, yeah. It's a beautiful place.
Safe to say that when Luke is in the mess hall, he's eating until they leave the mess hall.
Yeah, there's a, there's a lot of space traffic here, too. You can see there's a big fleet of starships. There's a lot of traffic going to and from the planet, etc. And Elisa is trying to get into an eating contest, apparently, with Luca. It's like 14 of her bites equals 1 of Luca's bites, though.
They're just going twice as fast.
Yeah.
Like, I'm trying to catch up to him.
She's actually gotten like a second spoon, and it's like... Luca's like 1 protein slab per spoon.
All thing will be fine. You have to unhinge your jaw.
Looks like every anime battle type, anime hero character.
Do the combat music. Let's do this.
Yeah. Are we doing a
roll for swallow?
I want to overcharge for a second bite with my full mouth.
Can I take 1 damage?
Oh.
Wow.
You're welcome.
So,
Thank you.
yeah, if you were just kind of gazing out, we can sort of fast forward a little bit, if you'd like to do that.
Yeah, I'm okay with
Yeah,
that.
make this thing bigger.
Yeah, let's get there.
Sure. So, yeah, much of the time, I guess, is spent with you guys kind of trying to, I guess, rest and eat, and as you there's probably some more announcements that come across, giving you like time frames as you're getting closer to the planet. Also, probably like once you get within orbit of the planet, Tivius would probably come to find you with maybe a few other personnel on the ship. So he'll just I guess he'd probably check your bunks first. If not, there'd be a communication that would just kind of come across. Why is that set that way? I don't know.
I got
Let's
you.
try this. No, I didn't need that, but thank you.
Oh, I thought you were going to communicate with us.
This is Captain Tivius Slate, trying to reach out to our Lancer pilot friends making their way to Mars.
Did he just call her a friend?
Yeah, that was kind of weird.
That Lancer pilot and friends, or Lancer pilot friends? Either way, it's a bad rock band.
And
I was thinking like of a TV series.
Captain Tivius Slate, trying to reach the Lancer pilots headed to Mars. Please respond. Alright, Shiny, how's the headache? Are you done? I don't think we finished the simulation yet. I got a few more punches for you. Great. Look, we're gonna be heading on over to the shuttle to head down to Mars. Get your things. We're gonna head down to the USB facility. Meet up at, we'll say 10 minutes in the shuttle bay. Right, you are, Captain, Sir, Captain, Commander, absolutely. Right. I'll let the Admiral know. Captain Slate out.
I bet he's really fun at parties.
What makes you say that?
It's never mind. Just a feeling. Just a feeling. Don't worry about it.
I really don't get sarcasm.
Oh, right. Okay, right.
Wait, right?
She's naive and he's ignorant.
Hey, that's not very nice.
No. I mean, like, it's...
I'm hungry. Oh,
it's,
sorry, I'm hungry.
It's beautiful. Yeah, Effie, it's like, yeah, it's nice. Nobody's like you know, it's, I wasn't trying to be rude.
Does
Okay.
anybody want another plate? I'm gonna get up for another.
You're
Please.
actually full, surprisingly.
All right, more for me.
I'll have some more, please.
All right. Okay. All right.
I'll take one for the road.
We just kind of gave up on that ham, didn't we?
Yeah.
I forgot about the ham, actually.
So did I. I got full and then I forgot about it. And then I got just looking at Mars.
I could eat. Yeah, maybe on the way I'll ask you.
No, hold on. No, hold on.
Tivius?
Hold on a second. Oh, there we go. Oh, wait, there we go. Tivius? Are you there? This is Captain Tivius Slate. To whom am I speaking? Flanagan. Rashman? Right. So, are we gonna get that ham? We technically did kind of, win, in a way. The simulation was interrupted. We'll have to get you a ham later.
Captain Tivius, this is Luca Ludimir, the man who boarded your mech without a mech. Do you remember?
Yes, the absolute unit, I remember.
Perfect. I do remember there being a ham on the table for the whatever. So is that what do you have to say for yourself? I'll be in the mess hall waiting the ham. Thank you very much. Over and out. Oh, that's not the right one.
Oh, God! Get him!
Sorry.
I was in the wrong file.
The scream from Stu was the best. Oh god.
I'm very hungry.
It's getting ugly in here.
Oh, God.
Oh my
God, get this man a ham!
Whoopsie. That was not my comms fault.
Yeah, so he basically gave you 10 minutes to head to the shuttle bay.
Man, that was worth a shot.
Yeah. Man, how am I hungry again already?
Man, I would save it though. We might get some better food on Mars.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was
Better
thinking.
food.
It's a good idea.
You
All
see
right.
what there's like the machine that kind of looks like a soda machine. That is where we're getting our printed food from. I kind of have a dish, and as you're like, we'll probably get better food on Mars. You see, I lift the top of it, the plastic top, and then just dump the food.
You're right.
It's the loaf.
Except it doesn't fall, like it sticks to the plate a little bit, so you kind of have to like
It's like, bang it on the top.
and there's like a
Perfect. All right. Yeah, you're probably right.
Shall we go?
God, watching that happen only made me regret eating that more.
Yeah, I wonder if it's like sticking to our insides like that.
I hope so.
Right, let's all move on, shall we? And Heath will just like grab a bar from Luca. Oh no, he's just put them all in the soda machine.
He's just put them back in.
God
Back
damn
to the
it.
printer.
In which case, Heath will just like walk out. I assume I'd probably head back to where I woke up to look for like my suit and my pilot gear and things.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. Sorry.
Given I don't have a bunk that I would have woken up in.
Stu's gonna freshen himself up. He wants to look very good when he gets off this ship.
Absolutely. There's the full set of your your makeup. You just kind of like like shake it out and it unrolls.
Telescoping makeup kit.
Stu has done this so many times, it's just like, it's crazy watching him prepare himself. It takes no more than 5 minutes, but there isn't a second wasted in preparing himself, just pampering himself in every which way.
It's like
he's glowing.
It cuts to you in the bathroom and just looking at the mirror, and you're like, all right. And then you bag out, and then anime style is just like, whoosh, as you roll it out, cha-ching!
Like he's twirling brushes in his hand and like he's like tossing stuff up, like those chefs at the I'm trying to think of the what are those chefs that like do those tricks with the yes, like that, where he's just flipping stuff up and like throwing stuff, like he has this pizzazz. He's done it so many times, he just makes it
absolutely
like a bocce chef.
Yeah. Or like in Sailor Moon, when they're doing the twirling and they're all fancy, it's like that. You're just like whoosh, with the eyeliner.
Absolutely. It's a show that that Stu puts on in the bathroom for himself.
By himself.
Every time.
Absolutely. I don't even do you have like inspirational music that you put on when you do that? When you do your routine?
No, please tell me it's himself. His audiobook. 101 Ways to Seduce Yourself to Success, as read by Stu Flanagan.
No, I can't not do that now.
Absolutely. What part does it come up to? What's
Let's
the
see.
section of the book that you do this with?
Let me go ahead and actually pull up the few quotes that I made for this. There we go. We get up
You
to
have these prepared. It makes me so happy.
we get up to number 69, and it's just yes. And that's it. Number 69. Yes.
But like Toast of London style. So it's yes multiple times. Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. There are many ways to say yes. Here are just a few hundred. And it's just him saying yes in many different ways.
Perfect.
All right. Fantastic. So yeah, there's this like montage of you like with sprays and waxes and strips that you're peeling off and chemical peels. Somehow you fit this, like you've got it down to a science. So 10 minutes is plenty of time to get this done. The Stu Flanagan way. And
Only way.
the only way, the Stu Flanagan way. And you head back to the to the shuttle bay area, where you can see that Polly is already there. Wyatt is there. He's just kind of like hanging near the back of the hangar, smoking. What do the rest of you do?
Does he look angry? I mean, he always looks angry.
I mean, he just looks like regular Wyatt.
Regular Wyatt.
Yeah, just smoking.
Hey, Wyatt.
Yeah.
What's the matter? Have a little spat with brother?
Spat with brother? No. Why? Why do you ask? No. No. No, everything's fine.
Oh, no, clearly. You're playing it very, very cool.
I look at Heath and just go under my breath. I'm actually starting to like you.
Quiet. I had 8 plates of protein loaf.
Well, good.
Yeah, the fact that you ate that many is,
Well, good. That means it won't kill anyone.
It's not like he. Come on now.
Yeah, well, I'm proud to be.
Why are you here?
Me?
No,
Me?
he's talking to you, Elisa.
I could ask the same of you.
Well, I just figured, you'd be picked up by your friends or whatever.
Friends.
The Ionic Ascendancy.
You mean like the rest of this group, excluding you?
No, I meant like, your traitor friends or whatever.
Quiet. We're not friends. We're family. We've already discussed it.
Right. He smokes that like anime way where he's got the cigarette like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, smoke rings.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, why are we even going to Mars? Like, why here?
I don't know.
Probably safe
it's
for us.
probably. I mean, I'm not surprised that there's a big old military installation on here. Mars is a big deal. A very big deal.
Why is it a big deal?
What do you mean, why is it a big... It's Mars! It's...
A gateway to Credo.
Oh. I don't really know very much about places.
Well,
Trust me, they're all pretty much the same when you get down to it.
well, every famous person, every well-to-do, every wealthy person who has ever existed in this universe has probably been to or lives on Mars.
Wait, is this where they filmed Space Island?
Yes?
With all
This
those
is-
people who just shag each other?
There's plot to it.
I don't think there is.
There really is. Yeah, this is where, let's see, Revelation Nature's Judgment was filmed, Man's Greed, the Omega event, Fabian Pitchler lives here, Ben Mock, Teresa Abel, Sophia Glacier, and other people who I'd rather not name. You probably already know. Manson.
Does anybody know what he's talking about?
I feel like there's
His
the
rival.
camera. I feel like the camera just like cuts and there's like a Blanson montage that plays. Like he's
Of
got
him
his
like shopping on Mars, everybody recognizing him, like, oh please, the bills on the house.
he's got his own soundtrack and everything.
Mr. Blanson?
Yeah.
Little planet with little people.
Like
Hello.
yeah, like all the all the 007 movies have that like quintessential intro. There's probably like a Blanson one that happens.
Right.
It's like Stu's like Blanson, and then behind him we can see like we're super close to Mars now, and we can see like a space ad for a new movie that Blanson
Yeah.
it's just like his face on the ad. Oh god.
So
He
he's-
scrolls
carnivorous.
really slowly past the window.
Yeah, and you can just see Stu, and then his face just comes behind him. Oh god.
it's a really
the,
it's a really slow, like it's a space billboard, so it's just there.
Right.
It's like two light pillars and it connects like with a space billboard of the movie, and you can see like it's a video, it's like an action
I
shot.
wish this was an actual
That's a
anime.
beautiful scene.
Jesus.
Some people I'd rather not name billboard of Blanson in the
Goes
background.
right by this shot, this window.
It shows everybody else who's looking at Stu, and it's just that still face. No one wants to make a sound or let him know.
Like smoke writing in space, but it's with photon sparks or
Yep.
smoke writing in the sky.
What's everyone looking at?
Nothing. just listening intently to your list of famous people that live on Mars, like you could be in that list of people who live on Mars.
You know,
Wow, all those
my grandma
I mean-
thinks I'm Blanson, so I'm constantly reminded of his success. She tags me in the Spacebook posts. Oh, honey, congratulations on your newest role. And it's Blanson.
Oh, no.
Hard to tell her.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
How did your grandma think you're someone else?
He copied my style. That's why.
Oh.
Oh,
It was before he was famous. We always were bitter rivals. And he copied my style and rode my wave of success. And now he lives on Mars while I'm doing rash advertisements.
Yeah, but what an advertisement.
View, and it's the same hairstyle as Stu.
Yeah.
I can't.
His brown hair.
I'm both excited and also somebody else on this planet. I've got mixed. I'm excited. I'm more excited than I am. Never mind.
can his wife be in the background? The banner.
On the ad?
No, she's like an
with his
extra. She's like an extra in the movie or something. And
Yeah, with like her hand on.
Wasn't
on
she his
shoulder.
PR agent? She just like switched. No, that's terrible. That's terrible.
No.
I want whatever film it is just to have a really long title, and then like also part of this series filmed on this, so it just goes on for like 10 freaking
Yeah,
minutes.
scroll
and
around the bottom.
and on. Yeah,
The rest of the scene is just still trailing in the background.
yeah.
Perfect.
Who is it, Stu?
You know, it's not important. Let's just look forward to being on Mars. It's best we don't talk about that.
What are the chances you are going to run into them anyway? It's a big planet.
The name of the movie, by the way, that Blanson is in is called Shining Mind.
They're buzzwords. Perfect.
Space Google keywords.
Yep.
Yeah, it's got that, like, you know, he's got like he's wearing it's like an action scientist of some kind.
Oh my god.
In
You know?
a world where science can save the
Yeah.
day.
So he's got like a lab coat on, but the arms are ripped off so you can see his biceps.
But he's just doing lab work. It's just a movie about lab work.
He's holding a fucking yes.
Yeah.
He's using like an Erlenmeyer flask to like beat
But it's
people
too
to death.
small to accentuate his giant arms.
He's just doing a pose with like 2 flasks, and he's not
Yeah, but
not even
too little, like looking confused, but also clearly flexing, so that you
Yeah.
his muscles while he's like,
Perfect.
oh god, sorry.
Absolutely. So like, yeah, I mean, you get the shot of Blanson going on behind Stu as he's talking. You can see like Polly's sort of a bit apprehensive to kind of like get closer to the group. She's kind of waiting by the entrance to the shuttle. Wyatt is just still puffing away, chain smoking in the background, and Tivius and the personnel from the Seraph kind of head into the hangar bay here, shuttle bay. He sort of like nods his head, and he says, "All right, Lieutenant, you have the con. Make sure that procedures stay on task. I don't want to hear any complaints from the Admiral. All right? Understood? Understood, sir. All right. Should be back maybe in a few days, hopefully. We'll see how it goes down with the USB. Yes, sir." He walks over to the shuttle, along with 2 members of the Seraph crew. Everybody ready?
I look at Elisa nervously a little bit, and then look back at him, and then nod.
Answer for me. Just kind of look at her, kind of almost blankly, like sort of confused and blankly, and let her take the lead.
Hard suit off. I think I'm still in the hard suit. Yeah, I nod in the hard suit.
Okay.
I think Heath will do. I'll have it. I think I had it like this once before, where it's like overalls, where it's like halfway down, like not suited and booted in his hard suit. And I'll just go. Why not? Maybe something will go catastrophically wrong. And start striding onto the ship.
That's the spirit.
If I pass Polly on the way, like, his Polly is sort of stood just waiting to board as well. I'd just as I come past Polly, just say, remember that bit of advice I gave you when we get down there, hey?
Yeah, I'll try.
Good. And I'll carry on onto the ship.
She looks like super nervous, by the way. Like probably sweating bullets, and she's kind of wringing her hands nervously. Yeah, Captain Slade will walk onto the shuttle. The two crew members of the Seraph will kind of like walk back, and if anybody had any bags or anything, they'll try and like help with bags. Wyatt walks on board. The rest of you head on?
Mm-hmm.
Head on?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. You get aboard the shuttle. It's a lot smaller than the Epiphany. It's just kind of meant to be like a people carrier down to the ship, down to the planet. It's probably, I'd say, kind of like one of the Star Trek shuttles, something about that big. So it kind of looks like a minivan almost, kind of size. And I know that in the UK they call those people carriers, right? So that works.
Correct. That's great.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah, yeah. They don't make it complicated. That's the one thing that they don't have a really strange name for. Don't
microwave your people carriers.
Definitely don't do that. Definitely don't.
So yeah, you head on board. One of the Seraph crew kind of takes over the piloting. Wyatt and Tivius, there's probably like a conversation where Wyatt's like trying to grab a seat, and like Tivius tries to like have a word, and Wyatt just kind of like pretends like he doesn't hear him, and Tivius just, Wyatt! All right, fine. You can't fly the shuttle then. Fair. What? Good. All right. I was gonna let you fly the shuttle, but since you're being such a fucking twat, you can sit there then. I can fly. Too late. Yeah, so one of the Seraph crew will kind of sit down in the pilot chair, and you guys take off from the ship, heading out down towards Mars.
I don't know if I'd trust Wyatt with a atmospheric landing, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Don't think I trust him with anything.
Zero G's a little different.
Hold on, I saw this in an anime.
We'll be fine.
Okay, so off you go, down towards Mars. The journey doesn't take very long. You guys kind of like run into what you'd expect. There's a bit of turbulence as soon as you hit the atmosphere and whatnot. But otherwise, you make your way down towards the planet. And this is the sight that you see.
Oh.
Oh my god.
That light.
Purdy.
Oh.
A glorious sort of city center type atmosphere is in front of you. Traffic is sort of flying all about the place.
Lots of water as well for those listening.
Yeah.
It's like
The sky pierced by several tall skyscrapers.
There are a lot of the area that you're kind of like heading down towards is covered in like a very large cityscape. There are lots of tall spires of glass and wonderful light blooming through on the horizon. This sort of combination of a red and blue kind of glow coming through from the sunset. And see, that's chat. There you go. The flight kind of goes pretty smoothly all the way down. As you approach, like, what you can see is quite obviously like a Union facility. Like, it clearly says USB on there. It's not necessarily like a skyscraper, but it's a fairly large facility. Just like smack dab in the center of the city, there's a USB facility there. There's a ton of people that are kind of like moving about all over the place. As you come to land and the shuttle hits the ground, you can see there's tons of people everywhere, and the whole place just gives off this complete air of like impressive environment. You know, there's just this feeling of refinement and sort of like this. I mean, if you've never been on in the Cradle system before, or if you've never been on like a very large core world, it's probably a very intimidating feeling, I think. You land without any issue. Doors open.
I am awestruck.
Anything like this.
Me either.
So beautiful.
What a dump.
Agreed. See, Luca's got his eyebrows furrowed and looks anxious.
Luca,
Yeah.
are you okay?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah. I just don't want to run into Blenson.
You and me both, buddy.
Yeah.
Me both.
Well, you know, it's like you said. What are the odds? It's a pretty big
Right.
place.
What are the odds?
Oh, God. With Lanson, who knows? He's everywhere. As I look at billboards that probably are advertising his movie.
shining mind with Blanson Spaceballer. There's all these, there's all these like various scenes that are happening, obviously stage stuff, Blanson doing like his own stunts, and he's got the arms ripped off the lab coat. He's doing some kind of somersault, flying through the air and like kicking through someone's neck, throws a beaker and it like impales somebody's eye. And then you see the eyeball pop out, go into the beaker, and roll around.
No. Flanagan's going to do that Timmy Turner's dad thing where he just says Dinkelberg. It's Blanson.
Okay. Fair enough. So, Captain Slate and the Seraph crew will kind of like get out of the shuttle. Wyatt's being like really quiet, just in general. You can see that he's kind of like avoiding Tivius's gaze as much as possible, and he's just kind of like staying near the back of the group. Captain Slate will just say, all right, everybody follow me. Let's get this over with. USB facility in general is kind of like, I'd say it's pretty rectangular looking. I don't think there's anything that grabs you at first. But once you get closer to the facility, you can see that there's all these like bits of tech embedded into the structure of the building, and you can see that there are what appear to be like informationals, almost like if you went to a museum or those kinds of things, you'd see like bits of different information kind of like popping onto the superstructure of the building. You'd see like facts about Mars and like really like a museum kind of touch to it. There's you can see there's like LED sort of style lights that are kind of like woven through the structure of the building, and as you approach, you can see that there's like a holographic display that kind of like pops up, and it says,
"Welcome to the USB headquarters." The USB headquarters was established on Mars approximately 623 years ago. For most cosmopolitans that live off-planet, 623 years can be interpreted in different ways. Are you a cosmopolitan or are you a diasporan?
Cosmopolitan! Oh, it's not actually talking to us. Okay. Well, that's awkward.
I could go for a drink now.
I could go for a diasporan, but
A cosmopolitan. It has been a while since I've had one. Think we'll get like a chance to explore the city? I mean, we gotta have like some leisure time.
I hope so.
all I know is that I'm supposed to take you to the USB HQ. If they give you any leisure time after that, well, that's up to them.
Oh my god, I hope they do.
As you walk into the building, it's very. They have like a what you'd assume is kind of like a greeting area, like a science museum kind of lobby, right? This is kind of like what you would assume to be like the public area of the USB HQ. And you walk through all of that. There's all these like different terminals and holographic displays that are going off. There's a lot of people that are in here. A very large door area. If you've ever been in any sort of like science museum, it's got that kind of look to it. You know, there's a lot of various bits of like history and how science has influenced history and all those kinds of things. And
wasn't for science, we wouldn't be here. Blah blah blah.
Yeah. you're all made of starlight. And or stardust, and as you kind of like walk through the facility, eventually you get past all of that. You go through a few security checkpoints and whatnot, and eventually you sort of, the crowds kind of like die down, and there's a lot less like personnel. Now you can see much more like USB science personnel, right? Like people that aren't necessarily there for the sort of like museum area of the USB HQ. And as you go through a few security checkpoints, eventually you come to sort of like an office area with a lot of labs and things around. There's people that are kind of like moving past, carrying different experiments, and there's hover carts that are kind of moving about that have chemicals and things on them. And you're kind of getting like a little bit of flashbacks to the research lab kind of environment that you had previously. It's much more close to that kind of environment. Captain Slate will walk over to this like reception desk with the Seraph personnel kind of like flanking you. He motions for Polly to come forward. Captain Tivius Slate.
Yes,
I closed the window that had Polly's name on it, and I can't remember. What did I do with it? Oh, God.
Polly.
Yeah, thanks.
You're welcome.
Got your back.
Dr. Polly
Yeah,
Lynch.
we got you.
Yes, Dr. Polly Lynch, USB.
All right. Yes, I understand. I am USB science officer. Kayla Haas. We're expecting you. If you could please come this way. This woman that kind of has her hair like in an ultra tight bun, like just, it's like pulling her eyes back kind of a bun. Yeah. And she has
Clipped bun.
yeah, she has that like face that's just super
Her
plastered.
ponytail's giving her a facelift.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's so it's
Life
just
hacks.
yeah, it's just pulling her back like just all
Can
of her
that please
skin.
be like Super Mars fashion right now? Is just to have your hair tight back so back that it gives you a facelift.
Stu already
all
is
the-
doing it. Like
everybody
he's
looks-
got
All
his,
the women on Mars have it.
Yeah.
Everybody's surprised.
yeah, and she walks out. She's I think like really, really thin, and she has a sort of bird-like kind of look to her. And I'd say she's probably like about average height. She has blonde hair that's like pulled back like that. And she has a sort of there's a sort of like slight hunch to her walk. And she kind of like is a little reminiscent of a Skeksis. I mean, let's be honest.
No.
As she
Because she can't fight for crap.
she makes her way towards like a research area, and you can see there's a lot more like guards that are around, and she'll like swipe a card or whatever. The door just kind of like opens up, and she walks through. This way. And you all walk in. Inside, there's some seating. It looks kind of like a lab mixed with a conference area. There's various seats. You can see that there is some medical scanning equipment, and there's kind of like a few tables to like have a conversation at. Sitting at the tables, there are several people dressed in white lab coats that are already sitting down. They've got terminals that they're sort of paying attention to that are built into the desk. They're sort of either dictating or typing away, and USB officer Kayla Haas says,
This is Dr. Takayoshin. This is Dr. Komi Masa. This is Dr. Divinia Graydon. And this is Dr. Lana Melendez.
they all kind of like nod their heads in corresponding with their names.
These are the Lancer pilots from the research lab.
The one that was noted to be Komi Masa sort of speaks up. You can see he's seated, but as your introductions are made, he'll kind of like stand up and extend a hand for like handshakes towards each of you. Do you take the handshake?
I see Luca go ahead and take that handshake first, and then I will follow suit. If somebody else does it, then I'm like, oh, okay, all right.
Stu's also going to shake hands.
Captain Slate, he sort of like bends over towards Wyatt, and Wyatt like immediately like looks like he's about to throw a punch, and Tibius just shakes his head. Calm down, and he just like he whispers something like in his ear, and he pats Wyatt on the shoulder, and he sort of like says, "Well, I'll have my leave then. Contact me if there's anything further needed." And he's gonna walk out with the two Union Naval Department guards that he brought from the Seraph. And
Ham.
And
doesn't look like. Is it a woman who's extended a hand out to shake
no,
him?
it's a man. Yep.
Okay.
He's probably pretty short, a little stocky. Has like a thick like black hair that's kind of like combed backwards, like kind of like big and poofy. He's just combed it like straight back. And he's probably, I mean, to us, he would look like he's probably in his late 50s, but that really could be almost any age in this kind of setting here.
Because I think we now humans live for a couple hundred years, right?
Yeah.
200 or 300 years.
Yeah. So he says, I'm Komi Masa, Dr. Komi Masa. Hello. Wow, you're quite huge. Just shaking Luca's hand.
Oh, you are quite small.
Yes, I suppose I am compared to you. Yeah. Yes, you are Luca Ludimir?
Yes.
Good.
I have a question. We were promised.
There's plenty of time for questions. Just a moment.
All right,
And
okay.
you are, and he just kind of like moves
Effie
on.
Barrett.
Effie Barrett, okay.
Yes. Nice to meet you.
Good. And you are.
Steps out from like almost behind Luca, like kind of she's kind of hidden, to say the least. Kind of steps out behind and looks at him up, not very far by the sounds of things, and kind of looks at Effie, looks at Luca, see they've both shaken his hand, and then extends hers out.
He takes your hand and he just kind of like turns it over, and he looks at Polly, and he says, "Is this the one?" Polly
I stare daggers at Polly.
Polly looks at you, and kind of like nods her head.
Yes, that's her.
Good. You are Elisa Morse. And you are? And he motions for Wyatt. Yeah, I'm not shaking your hand. I'm fine right here. Smoking. You must be Wyatt Slate. Good. All right, and you. And there's a few of the other scientists are like kind of talking. There's some rash, man. Did the rash commercial. That's why I read. Motions towards you, Stu.
Mm-hmm. Yes, the Rash Man. You probably already know.
Stu Flanagan. Right. Okay. And this one.
Yes, he's the other. He's the member of the other group that I mentioned.
Oh, yes. I see, yes. You are Heath Mark Brown, yes?
The one and very same. And he'll, I assume the hand is also being extended, but he'll shake it, but with that look of, I'm so fucking happy to be here on his face. With just a face of pure sarcasm, if one can imagine such a face.
Brad Wodo.
Brad, yeah. Brad's face. Yeah, I'm pulling a Brad's face, basically. Hello, I'm Heath.
As if
One time I fucking insult him and he's in the chat now.
Good. It's good. Shakes your hand. And he says, all right, good. So all of you take a seat, please. Yeah, I'm not taking a seat. I'm fine here.
Looks at Uka.
Luke sits.
She looks at Effie.
I nod and then I kind of like sit down.
And then she looks at Wyatt, who's still standing, and that's the final straw to tell her that she should sit down.
So, each of you has, well, gone through quite a bit. I take it.
Good.
We've been given the updates by Dr. Lynch here. Polly looks like squeamish. She looks like she could puke at any fucking time. She says,
Yes, all of the updates for the situations, everything that happened on UCERN, etc. You should have all of my notes in regards to all of the things that happened, because there were a lot of things that happened, and I think that if you look at my notes very thoroughly, that you can see that the situations that did occur were not necessarily of my doing exactly. There were a lot of things that happened, and it really could have been anybody's fault.
Like, raises her eyebrow at Polly, like, I'm sorry, what?
The scientists are doing this same thing. They're just like staring at her. You can see that Lana Melendez speaks up, and she says, from what I understand, all of you are feeling well, aside from some side effects. You said that there were some issues with your memory. Is that correct? Well,
I glare at Polly.
Yep. Yep, same.
What the hell, man? I thought that... I thought wrong.
I knew it.
they're a bit quiet. Is that some sort of side effect, Dr. Lynch?
It's a side effect of being betrayed.
There's no side effect in that regard. I think they're just a little intimidated by the situation.
I think we're a little bit disappointed in you, Polly.
We've reviewed your video logs that you had sent from Lucerne, yours and Dr. Prism's. Are the interviews... Well, are each of the interviews correct? There's no fabrication there.
No,
What?
none at all.
What interviews?
As you can tell, their personalities are still the same.
Can you not talk about us as if we weren't right in front of you?
He asked you the question directly and you didn't answer.
And you talked about us. They this. We're right here.
Because you didn't answer.
And we have feelings.
You didn't answer the question. This is part of my job. This is what I was talking about. As you can see, I've been having issues with Miss Morse. I've done my best to treat her, and I think I failed. I think it would be better if someone else took over her assignment.
What?
Someone that's better equipped.
You mean us, right? You mean somebody's gonna overtake for all of us?
I mean for you.
I'll miss you, Paul.
Wait,
Wait, we're all getting individual fucking handlers now?
A thorough investigation needs to be done on all of your... Well, on all of your brain chemistry to make sure that it's reacting well to the treatment.
I reach out under the table and I grab Elisa's hand.
Heath didn't sit down. He was just kind of leant himself back against the wall. At this point, he'll kind of just push forward off the wall and take a step forward. Thorough investigation into our brain chemistry. How? More prodding and poking and fucking green tubes?
They all kind of like look at each other. Lots of tests need to be done. We need to make sure that you're all healthy and that you won't cause any problems. We don't want any situations to happen similar to what happened to the other test subjects, do we, Dr. Lynch?
Wait, what other test subjects? What?
I was not part of those experiments that happened.
what happened with those experiments?
There were several cases of madness, one could say. Psychotic tendencies and, well, some schizophrenic tendencies as well. They all kind of like slowly turn their heads towards Elisa.
Look, Polly, I know you don't like me, and that's okay because I don't like you either. And if you're offended by what I've done, then I guess you need to know why. I saw your name. It was what was scrambled in the clock. It was what I chased. It was why I broke away from the group. And everyone thinks that I'm some stupid girl, and everybody thinks that I'm just paranoid for no reason, and I have reason to be paranoid.
We don't think that.
You don't think that. And I squeeze her hand.
And I squeeze it back.
We're all fucking broken here. It's not just you.
Yeah, but she's a fucking traitor.
Why do you think I'm a traitor?
Just
What
look at
gave
the
you that
fucking
idea?
history. All right? Just look at the fucking history.
What history?
Everything that fucking happened at UCERN.
Like what?
Your convenient disappearance. Come on.
Look. I'm good with electronics, okay? I can hack things, and
Yeah,
and
fucking
if he
hacked
saw me,
UCERN. You fucking hacked the facility so the fucking
She's not a traitor.
so the Aunic Ascendancies could fucking come in and kill everybody.
She's not a
She's
traitor.
one of them.
Stop it.
I think I actually throw. Luca throws the chair that he's sitting in.
He's gonna kill everybody.
She's not a traitor.
Someone get him a ham.
Like everyone else, shut the fuck up, Wyatt, or I will kill you.
I just
For once, it's not the time.
I look
She
at
came
Luca.
back. Because she chose us. She came back. Because we're family. You know who hasn't? You know who's just been leading us on a trail this whole time? You.
And he points to Polly.
Leading us all back here. From day one. From this gloppy, gloopy green tube to here. We've been on your trail. And she chose it. She came back. Knowing whatever it was about the clock or whatever, and whatever that is, but knowing she still came back here.
And I didn't want to tell you because you all think I'm crazy. And
You don't all think you're crazy.
Don't think you're crazy.
you did, and that's okay because I understand it. That's what people think about me, and I get that. But there are some things that I am good at. And I've been good at them when we were in our mech. I'm good at the tech stuff. That's what I can do. And you have to understand that that's what I've done my whole life, even though it's...
I would request a new researcher. Instead, I think it's safer for us and our right as experiments to at least have that.
Me
I
too.
second the unit. You had your pound of flesh.
Polly just kind of like slowly nods her head. You can see she's kind of like tearing up.
You explain it, Polly?
They've made their choice. You should
No, you made our choice for us.
You should-
As per usual, Polly.
get someone else to be their researcher.
Listen. Can you explain it, Polly?
Explain.
Really?
What?
Truly?
What are you asking for me to explain to you?
I'm asking to explain why you replanted the bugs. And I'm asking you to explain why your name is completely embroidered in all of this technology that seems to be responsible for everything.
There were no bugs replanted. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Polly like slowly lowers her head and shakes it.
Look,
This is what I'm talking about. I gave my report. Her perception is altered.
Who altered it? Who altered their perception? Who's altered our memory? Who's
It's a
altered who we
reaction
are?
to the treatment. I've done everything that I can. I'm sorry.
So, when one of us malfunctions, you just bin us off, do you? Is that what we are? Faulty hardware?
No. Elisa is getting to the point where she won't be able to differentiate her own harmful thoughts from reality. You might be able to get it. You might be able to get help from some therapy here. But I don't think there's anything more that I can do, especially when you treat me this way. It's not healthy for you and it's not healthy for me. And it seems like the rest of you don't really want to be around me anymore either, so I should probably just go.
Polly, it's not that we don't want to be around you, but you literally just suggested that we get rid of one of our family, our team.
That's not what I suggested.
No warning.
What I suggested is that she
be replaced.
No.
Maybe she's right.
She needs help that I can't give her.
That's not what you said.
I think that's what you heard.
Maybe she's right. Maybe I am mad.
You're not mad.
Just wanted to find my friend.
I'm right here.
Not you. You find him for me?
Yes.
I think I have to go now.
Lisa,
You can't go. You're part of the team. I don't care what anybody says.
I don't want to put you at risk.
Everything you've ever done is for us. You were right about the bugs.
And you saw the sphere that came out of the tablet. You saw that. How do you know if what you know is real? Because if you believe it, if your mind plays tricks on you, then it's real to you, right? And I don't want to lose you all. But I don't want to hurt you either.
It's not in your head. I was there with you. I saw it too. Don't let them bully you into thinking you're crazy. You're not crazy. You're not a traitor. You're not what anybody says you are. You can be just you, and it's enough.
I give her a hug, like a giant hug, like in an instant, you know, when you see it just comes out of nowhere. It's just like, boom, there it is. Give her a giant hug.
I start crying and I hug her back.
Oh, there's definitely tears.
Luca joins in as well.
So does Stu.
Like a
Heath doesn't.
I look at Wyatt.
Yeah, why are you looking at me?
She's just silent.
Wyatt's like as far away from Luca as possible.
Going to have to tranquilize me. Have me stop hugging you. Both.
Go, I just found you.
Look, I need to tell you something. I need to tell you something about Gold Lion.
Okay.
And I need to give you something. I took the chip out of it. I was so scared of losing it that I put a chip in it in case I lost it. And so it's broken now. Because I had to break it to get the chip out to make sure that I didn't lose you. I'm not actually 8900. It's the number that was assigned to Gold Lion's brother. And I was stupid and I got him hurt. And I never told anybody. And then he became my friend, and then he disappeared, and he believed in the system, and the system was full of shit, and I never told him, and I never apologized to him, and when you find him, will you give him this? And she pulls out of her pocket a very tatty golden lion with no black legs that have been snapped off. And she places it in Effie's hand and then closes Effie's hand around it.
I close my hand around it and I'm still hugging you. I'm assuming we're kind of hushed voices underneath everybody. But yeah, I definitely then put it into one of the pockets in my hard suit, but then I return to the embrace. And I say into her ear, I'll find him. I promise.
It was his brother's. He'll know what it means. Thank you for everything. And she turns around and kind of disappears into Lucas' giant hug.
I think seeing all that, you'll just see Heath just go, oh, why the fuck not? And just come and bear hug wherever he can fit into the group as well.
Fucking be careful. Luca's gonna squeeze all of you and fucking make your eyeballs shoot out.
Just get the fuck in here, Wyatt.
I'm not getting anywhere near that.
I kind of like take a step back and like kind of back off everybody, and then I just run up to Wyatt and like tackle his legs, like before he can even say no. I just give him a hug.
Yeah, he's like he just gets bowled over.
By this like tiny hug.
My ankles.
Look after them, okay? I know you don't really like me, and like I said to Polly, that's okay because I don't really like you either, but you saved Effie and you can do it again, right? So just don't let them die, okay?
Yeah, whatever. He's like trying to look off into the horizon.
It's strange, you know.
What, you?
Just thinking that I don't know what's real anymore.
That's why I watch anime. It's all real.
She starts walking away. And she goes towards the doctors.
Because still hugging the mask, thinking she's under there still.
And I kind of put my hands out like I'm
It's like a
expecting
rugby
them.
scrum. Some people just like...
It's just, he has no idea that she snuck out.
It's all right, brother.
It's all right, Luca.
Wait! I will crawl out from under that hug and I run up and I messily kiss her on the cheek. And then I step back and I'm just standing there awkwardly and I won't make eye contact with her.
I want to turn around and kiss her back on the cheek. And like touch her hair, like just put it behind her ear. Good luck.
I look at her and I smile.
I walk back towards the doctors and I give them my hands as if I'm expecting them to like handcuff me or something.
There's no handcuffs. I think that Dr. Melendez kind of like walks up to you and says, we're going to get you some help. That's all.
Are you going to make me forget everything again?
We'll do our best not to.
Turns back around to Effie before she goes. Find him, okay?
I promise. Oh yeah, if Lucas starts crying, I start crying and I go over and I just immediately
He's not gonna let go.
Still thinks she's under there.
Yeah, Dr. Melendez, she doesn't like grab you or anything. She just kind of like motions towards the door.
Also can't hear anything past his wailing.
And Elisa goes towards the door.
That's where we're going to end today's session. Good session, everybody. Good
My
session.
feelings.
Same, dude.
Good session. Good session. Yeah. So, we're gonna go around the room and do some shout outs to wrap things up here. But many of you have kind of guessed that this is Kolo's last episode as a primary cast member here. Kolo's last episode. So Kolo, why don't you go first in our?
Oh, I just need 5 minutes.
Or I can come back to you if you don't want to go first.
Yeah. Can you come? Can you come back to me?
Sure. So let's go around the room. Let's do some shout outs here. PB.
Yes.
Can you start us off, please?
Sure. Hi, I'm Pumpkinberry. I've been sick for an entire week, so I'm back to streaming this week, and it's a lot of fun. I'm traumatized over the ending of this episode. That's it. That's it. Kolo, it's been an absolute pleasure role-playing with you. I will be sad to see you go, but I'm happy that you're going to be on Witchcraft and Wizardry. I think it's going to be a great match. So,
yeah, I am. I'm going to miss this massively, hugely. It's been a total joy to be a part of this, and it's been the first time that I've done anything like this, and I couldn't have asked for a better bunch of people to introduce me to it. So thank you guys. It's been a total pleasure. Yeah.
but don't worry, it's not the last you're going to see of her.
No, it's
Instead of Mondays, you can see her on Tuesdays.
See me on Tuesdays, guys.
For the Harry Potter show.
And there's nothing to say that I can't come back for like maybe something in the future. I can't write it off completely that I'm not going to do that. So it would be nice to see you guys again for sure.
Thank you, PB and Kolo. Myth.
My mic there. That was weird. This is wonderful episode, but my feels, Luca's feels, my feels. Gonna miss you. It was a lot of fun. Really was great getting to know you, getting to know Lisa, and yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun seeing you over on Witchcraft and Wizardry, and we're gonna miss you here. But that was great. I really loved RPing with you, playing, and all that. But I'm Mythomatic. You can find me on Twitch and Twitter, but that's not important. It was really wonderful experience and an honor to play with you, and really brought some great RP and great progression and development. So thank you.
Thank you. My feeling. My heart.
Thank you, Myth. Jay.
Hey everybody. My feels. I'm Jay Britton. Whatever. I played Heath. And I don't want to be saying this. I will be stepping in and joining the cast full time for Monday.
It's your fault.
It's all my fault. It's like,
I knew he was bad news.
Mob mentality.
I wanted all 6, okay? I wanted everybody.
Let's cancel him now.
Once a merc, always a merc. I'm very happy to be joining permanently, but I'm also very sad that I won't be playing with Kolo regularly because I just met her and she liked me. I felt like I could have been her first real friend. We'd have just bonded over lack of trust of everything.
Wow, PB feels
dare you?
betrayed. Betrayal.
Look, I'm losing my unit to Stu. All right, I need to find a new friend. Let me have this.
There is enough unit to go around.
I did like the.
No.
I like that it ended with the three of us just hugging.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's other people in here somewhere.
Right.
But yeah, very happy to be very happy to be joining. He's good fun. But yes, that was an amazing episode. Loved it. Many feels. Colo, you're awesome. Elisa, I never know which way around to say it because I haven't quite decided, is awesome. And yes, I hope she comes back so we can bond more over sass and Stu's lack of understanding of sarcasm. That's it. I'm on Twitter and whatever. I just need a hug now and a cup of tea.
Oh,
The right way.
Everyone,
Milk,
the right way.
milk
Right
first,
way.
no microwave.
Milk first, no microwave. You heard it here first, people.
And then the bag in the water.
There's
Millie's
bags in the
like-
water.
Millie's like in the other room making her tea, but she's like, I'm not putting the milk in first. I'm gonna
Fuck that.
Thank you, Jay. Colo, do you want to do a proper?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't really know what to say. But thank you so much for having me here, guys. I've truly loved it, and it's been a wonderful introduction to tabletop, to this community. And thank you so much for all of your comments about the show, about Lisa, in chat, on Discord, on YouTube as well. It's been amazing to keep up with kind of what you guys think of her and the kind of interactions with everybody, and kind of hear your thoughts on her. And that's also kind of helped shape my direction with her as well. I was kind of looking at things and I thought, yeah, that's not quite where I want to be. Like, how can I clarify this and stuff? So it's like, it's really interesting the way that kind of the like community player interaction goes, which is kind of, it sounds really stupid to say that's not really something that I kind of expected on the level that it was. So I feel like I have to say thank you to you guys as well for kind of helping shape the character and who she was and kind of the actions as well. And of course, you guys and Whack for leading this strange and lovely group of characters together. Also curse the orange die like forever.
Yeah, get that
forever and ever. But yeah, if you wanna find me in places, my username pretty much everywhere is hello, it's Colo, no spaces or anything. And you can find me on Twitch mostly. I'm a full-time streamer there. I'm also on YouTube, on Twitter, and on Instagram, so you can find me in all of those places if you'd like to catch up. And there are a couple of people asking about the lion, so I just want to quickly, that's all right.
She made that.
Yeah, I made this. I'm going to ship it to you, PB.
Out of human flesh.
For
Ship
real?
it to you. Yeah, I'm going to ship it to you. So I wanted it to be worn, like she's been carrying it around for a while. So I wanted to, it's not as shiny as it looks under this light, but I wanted it to be super worn, like all of the paint coming off and stuff. And this is the broken end, where the chip to track Geist came out. But yeah, this was made, I started making this in, I don't know, when was it, PB?
For the second episode, I think.
Yeah, after the second episode. Yeah. So it's been in the works for a while, and I've been super excited to kind of bring it out. I know it's a little thing, but it's been cool to do. It's been a nice little project. But yeah, I'll send it over to you, peeps. Yeah, it's out of clay, Amy. It's out of oven baked clay, and yeah, a lot of gold paint. A lot of gold paint. Yeah. Yes. Okay. Cheers.
Thank you.
Done. Oh, peeps, don't cry. Oh my god.
I'm trying real hard to keep it together.
Should be fine. Everything's fine. By the way, I rolled an 18 on the orange dice saving throw.
Oh my god.
Of course you did.
18. Natural 18 on the orange dice saving throw.
How do we trigger saving throws for the orange die? Hold on. Let's go back to that.
Thank you so much, Colo.
I think this was your first tabletop experience as well, right?
Yeah, ever, not just
phenomenal,
but like ever. Yeah.
Phenomenal.
Amazing.
Thank you. Fist?
Well, Stu is never going to forget all of the encouragement that Elisa gave him. Just constantly reinforcing Stu and making him feel great about his decisions.
Those blissful ignorance rolls.
If there was an eye roll command, we would be up to 100. But I had a great time RPing with you, and I'm gonna miss you. You brought way too many feelings, like very big moments where the feels are real, and just brought that emotion. We'll miss you. I'm gonna miss you, and Stu is absolutely gonna miss you. Who's going to compliment me now and make
Uncle
me feel
Heath.
special?
Uncle Heath will make you feel special with all of those blissful ignorance rolls. I'm sure it'll be fine.
We'll find you a nice home on Mars. Don't worry.
Really?
Oh, it feels like taking a puppy to a shelter. Oh.
Thank you, Fist. I'm Wax Steven. I have been your GM of Doom. I have dragged the players kicking and screaming through the adventure today. And it was an absolute pleasure having you on the show, Colo. Thank you so much for joining us on our silly anime adventures and our feelings adventures and all of the adventures. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll miss you on this show, but I luckily don't get to miss you because you're on the show that we're going to be doing on Tuesdays. So I still get to see you. Suckers. Colo will be joining us on Witchcraft and Wizardry. That's going to be the premiere is going to be next Tuesday, but we're going to be doing character creation tomorrow for Witchcraft and Wizardry. That's going to go up on the Patreon. So if you want to help support Table Story, that's one of the best ways you can do that. You can head on over to tablestory.tv/pledge. And then you can see all the wonderful things that we've got there. We've got the Ready to Roll podcast for this month. It's going to be posted soon. And otherwise, much thanks to you, chat. Thank you for being here. Thank you for all the support and the love and the fan art and everything. We really appreciate you, chat. Thanks for being here. Thanks for everything.
And if you can spare a minute, go talk in Brad's chat tomorrow like somebody died, but just don't say who it is. Just be like, oh man, that character death yesterday on CBO. All right, thanks. That's it. Oh, and rate and review the podcast. Thanks.
And you can do that by heading on over to tablestory.tv/ZBO and going on over to the Apple podcast link there. Thank you very much to Myth. Thank you, Fist. Thank you, Colo. Thank you, PB. And thank you, Jay, for being awesome role players. I appreciate you. And as always, the last thing that we should do is just say, fuck you, Brad. Thank you, everybody, for watching.
Checks out. Bye, guys.
Thank you, everybody. Peace out. Have a wonderful rest of your Monday. Good night, everybody.